Is it not working still? Is it working now? There. Is the game peaking? Is my mic peaking? It's like my mic is peaking. It's like OBS reset all my settings or something. Jesus, bro. That's unfortunate. Hopefully we don't peak too much. I'm gonna try to fix it. I don't know why OBS reset everything. Yikes. One sec. One sec. I want to make sure the game sound's working too. You guys probably couldn't hear me before. That's a good way to start the stream. Sorry, there was some computer issues this morning, but I think it's fixed now. Let's just go on YouTube really quick to just double check and make sure everything's good now, because if anyone's tuned into the stream, they probably turned out already because the sound was not freaking working. So I want to make sure the game sound was working too. You guys probably... There we go. Okay, sorry. I'll have to say on YouTube, 4 minutes in, sound starts working. Ugh, goodness gracious. Alright, one sec, boys, and we'll get into it. I look very forward to this new season that looks like a blast. Okay, Lord of Hatred, I think is the X-Pack, right? Alright, let's get into it. We'll make a Barbarian now. I heard Barbarians are like super broken right now, which should be fun. Righty, boys. Here we go. Barbarian, confirm class. We'll go with the dude. You can. The problem is, I wanted to make Kratos last time, but I don't think you could. So let's do this. Customize. Oh, you can sort of do Kratos, actually. You can sort of do Kratos. Kratos is like ash, though, right? He's like more like ash colored than like pale like that. He's sort of like, it's like ash. It's almost like, isn't that what happened? Didn't the ash stick to his skin when he killed his family or something? Isn't that why he's so pale and white looking, gray looking? Well, our Kratos is gonna look a little different, but same idea. I like that seems pretty sick. That seems pretty cool. We could try that, I guess, but just this looks cooler. I don't know. Reminds me of Doomfist. What's a Kratos face? After that angry looks like a Kratos face. That's a Kratos face, in my opinion. That's very Kratos. I think it's number 4 is Kratos. Okay, eye colors. Kratos have red eyes. I don't remember what color his eyes are. I feel like he had brown eyes or something, Kratos. Because he's Greek, right? That makes sense. But we'll give him red eyes. It looks cool. Kratos would be bald. Kratos would be bald. Although, like, I love this hair color, especially for druids. This one. Love it. Looks so sick. Look how jacked the barbarians are, huh? It's nuts, dude. Have very exciting news for you guys as well. That's a Kratos beard right there. Yeah, that's a pretty Kratos beard, this one. I'll tell you in a second. I just want to get distracted and do this. Kratos' beard would be brown. Tex. We could change the color whenever anyways, right? I don't think Kratos would have any of these, would he? Maybe like that. Is there like a Kratos kind of... That's pretty Kratos-y. That's pretty Kratos-y. That's pretty Kratos-y. Let's get real, man. Red? Bro. That's crazy. I wonder, now I'm curious. Now that they actually have this color, now I'm actually curious. Oh, that does look like Kratos. God damn it. Do we have to do that? Oh, I hate that. I hate that it looks so much like him, because he looks cooler the other way. But this really looks like it, so I feel like I have to do it now. Oh, man. Because, like, this is what I would normally do, just because I think it looks cool. But, like, if we're going for Kratos, that's too spot on, I think. The white with the is just, it looks too much, I think, like it. I think we have to do it. Just to fully commit at this point. Oh man, what about the eyes? Now that we see the eyes better. I didn't realize there were like things there. None of this matters, by the way. None of this matters at all. That's fine, I guess. The eyes don't matter. Like the black over the eyes though. Okay, that's pretty Kratos. That's pretty close to Kratos. Oh, we switched it though. We got it there. Perfect. And red. I think it has to go red, right? Like if we do another color, it wouldn't look as Kratos. Although, is that more Kratos? Or is that more Kratos? Because that feels more Kratos almost. The red stands out more, but that looks more Kratos almost. I think we have to go with that one. Alright, let's do it. This is crazy, dude. All right. We'll start in normal. It's nice to see you guys. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, what did we get that was so late, that took so long? I should have asked my friend if I could say this. I won't say his name. I'm sure he doesn't care. But my friend, very close friend, who I love dearly, was kind enough to reach out to me and say, I have a whole bunch of equipment that I'm not using, really, and I know you're streaming, and a lot of this equipment could be beneficial for streaming. So it's not that I'm not streaming anymore. He said, like, I'm not streaming right now and like for the foreseeable future, so it's just sort of sitting there and you'd be put to good use if you had it. So he was kind enough to send it to me. Unbelievably kind. So we have a stream deck now, which is exciting. We have a microphone arm, which I still need to install, but we have it. The most exciting thing, we have a camera. It looks like a super HD camera. It looks crazy. Like right now we're using our webcam still. Today, another thing he gave me, crazy brother. Look at this. I put it away already. That's why I can't find it. He sent me this. You don't know what this is? It's the rarest thing you could possibly get your hands on right now. Memory. He sent me memory. So I installed these, so we have more memory now as well. So we might be able to play Red Dead Redemption, because I think that was our bottleneck. I believe our memory is why the game was crashing. So we might be able to play Red Dead on stream now, which is super exciting. On top of that, he sent me a mic stand, lights. We got lights. We got cameras. Like, his setup, in my opinion, was superior in production to most of the top streamers. If you compare his production setup to like Asmongold, his was better. Asmongold is more successful. He's the biggest streamer on the website, fine, but from a production value perspective, my friend had proper transitions. He had a clear camera. He had beautiful lighting, beautiful shot. His microphone was crystal clear. Everything about it was top tier production. So to be able to just have a lot of the tools that he used to increase his production quality so much, a lot of it was also his skill and the time that he put into it. But even if you're terrible with production stuff, just having better tools overall makes it for a better viewing experience. Plus, with Stream Deck, you can do fun stuff like this.
One eternity later.
You guys heard that, right? I love that so much. We're gonna have so much fun with soundboards. Okay, let's get into it. I'm so excited, dude. Oh my god. The first when he said to me soundboards, the first thing that went into my mind before anything else is chocolate. All the SpongeBob shit, brother. It's crazy. You guys have no idea what we're in for. It's, oh man. So-called death cult has been gathering momentum, spreading a gospel of despair. We cannot allow such a weed to take root. So the new season is a death cult. That's fun. Akarat is dead. Yeah, this is the next... Spoilers, by the way, if you haven't played the DLC yet. Despair is spreading, and the cult of death is opening the way to pandemonium itself. What is that? Ruptures in the Helltides and nightmare dungeons push back the risen monsters. I haven't looked into this X-Pack yet. I bet it's going to be so much fun. I saw there was like Overwatch stuff. I'm hoping the Overwatch stuff we get... Ooh, I like this very much. We're going to buy this right now. I like that so much. I like that it's green. That is so sick, dude. We're buying this. We have... look, it's free, by the way. I'm not paying for this. We have a cap. I've capped on this to the point where I was unlocking it. I couldn't use it anymore because it was already 99 out of 99 last season. That's why I buy this stuff. I will never pay money for this stuff, but the fact that it's free and the fact that it's green means it's sick and I like it. That's cool. Thank God we finally got green. Oh my God. Well, I'll bore you guys with this later and buy this shit later. We don't need to buy it right now. But it's cool that it's green. I'm grateful. I love green. All right, let's start leveling. I guess we'll teleport here. We got a... God, so... Last X-Pack. Last patch. I said I wanted to hit level 300, and we didn't do it, and it's partially because... First, I made a Warlock. I was really excited. First, we made a Paladin, which I didn't love, but I wanted to try because it was new. Then we made a Warlock, because we bought the game when it came out, the DLC, so we were playing a Warlock because it was new. The Paladin sucked, the Warlock sucked. So I couldn't level very well on a Warlock, because I got quite far, and I got pretty good best-in-slot gear. But we hit like a wet noodle, so it was tough to play the game. So I said, screw it, I'll go back to my comfort, and we'll play Druid. So I played a Druid. The Druid hit like a wet noodle. It was so frustrating. The Druids were so nerfed. All the classes that I played were so nerfed. And then I played a Ball Lightning Sorcerer for 24 hours and with a quarter of the gear of my druid, who has everything best in slot. My druid, I grinded on this druid last season so much. I was... Oh, dude, thank you for the sub. You're so kind. I hope you're doing well. What a nice way to start the stream. I really appreciate that. 9 months is a long time.
Happy 9-month sub-megaversary.
How are you doing today? We grinded on the druid so much to the point where I had all the best in slots, and I was like disenchanting or breaking down the best in slots just to give the materials to my alts because I couldn't use them anymore in my druid, and I still couldn't progress to the hardest difficulty because the druid, even with best in slot, was just like nerfed that bad. It was the last season. So by comparison, we played the ball lightning sorcerer, and with no best in slot, like barely any gear, just hitting level cap, I was crushing the druid because they were just so broken. So the reason why we made a barbarian this time is because last season barbarians, like this season, are super overpowered. So instead of playing what we want to play, we'll play the flavor of the month this time, and we'll see from the very beginning how broken it is and how fast we can level, because maybe we can reach level cap. I want to get the achievement for hitting level 300, but it's so hard when you're playing like a super nerfed class. And like the thing is, in WoW, I think when a class is like super nerfed, you're like, well, like, you know, feral druids aren't very good. I don't know if feral druids are good. I just use that as an example. You're like, well, feral druids aren't very good. Like, what does that mean? That means they can still like get invited to raids. They can still do like heroics, even maybe even mythics if like the group's nice enough. They won't do as well as a class that's doing better, but they can still play the game. But Diablo is so it's so volatile, unlike WoW, where like even if a class in WoW isn't doing that well, chances are you can still like at least play for that X pack or whatever. Like chances are people will still invite you in most cases. But in Diablo, like people will invite you, but you can feel it. If you are not playing the, like what's buffed this X pack, it's rough. It's so painfully rough, where you will have everything and there's nothing else you can do. You can't get more levels, you can't get more gear, and you're still hitting like a wet noodle just because the math isn't there. And I hope that's something they fix in the future, because someone's really strong and then they nerf the shit out of them for like 6 months, when instead just make everyone else really strong. It's not a competitive game like WoW. There's no world firsts like in that regard. Just let everybody grind away and feel super OP. That's like the best experience. Everybody can just feel OP at the end. It feels really good. I don't like the idea of like nerfing someone so hard they feel it for like 3 seasons. It feels real bad. And plus, like, just let people like play what they want to play. Like, if it was super competitive like League or Overwatch or WoW, where there's like race to world first kind of stuff, and there is in Diablo with like pits, but the truth is whatever's flavor of the month that person plays. So it's not like, you know, John always plays a warrior in WoW, and he's trying to get race to world first as a warrior because he's known as a warrior guy. In Diablo, there's no mains, there's no loyalty. Whatever's flavor of the month, that's what the top streamers play, so they can be the first one to, you know, get the high-ranking #1 pit clear. And next season it's a warlock, so now they're a warlock main. Season after that, it's a druid main. There's no loyalty, so like, just boost them all. Let us be OP. My God, man.
Never better. Whole damn world's marching merrily into the grave, but never mind that, eh? Might as well roll me on in after them.
I don't understand.
Guess you haven't heard the good news. Death is salvation.
It's just frustrating. That's why I'm rambling so much, because I want to play Pulverize so bad. I miss Lee.
The scriptures of every creed in every tongue since the dawn of our kind. We who live know this well. We've known anguish and pain, terror, destruction, and hatred.
Who's this unknown person?
The comfort of false prophets and buried the one true answer. Death is salvation.
You're not wrong about League of Legends.
And we, the brothers and sisters of the Ulosar, shall welcome it. Join us.
Make a point, don't they? I'd like to.
I wonder who. How crazy would it be if it's Lorath? That they brought him back from the dead? That'd be nuts. It'd be crazy. It would be crazy if it was Lorath, or if it was the guy that died, the Akarat. If they brought Akarat back from the dead to say, like, look, they've been lying to you, this god is not a false prophet, trust in this god, but it's not Akarat or it's not Lorath. It is like this death god that's just pretending to be them to try to get the followers to believe in him by like tricking them. But a good example, then we'll shut up, is like back in Classic WoW, or even like probably Wrath of the Lich King is that far. Probably by Cataclysm it probably stopped. But for the first 3 X packs, I feel like at least there were classes that all didn't exist, like Boomkins. Boomkins, specifically in Classic, was like non-existent. They were so bad that people would literally rather not invite you if you're a Boomkin. Like, they were just, their set sucked, everything about them sucked. So, in recent years, I think Blizzard, say what you will about WoW, in recent years, I think Blizzard has done a good enough job with balancing that you could more or less play whatever you want. If you're not in a world-first guild, like the 0.1%, chances are your team can beat the boss with people playing whatever they want to play. Maybe you won't be the best in the world, but you can get by. That's good enough balancing. It gives people the opportunity to play what they want. I feel like that's where Diablo's sort of struggling a little bit. Yeah, you play what you want. Like, that's what I mean. That's good. Like, they did a good enough job that you could at least play it. Like, you can't even play. I'm not being dramatic. You can't even play the druid. I was like sitting there attacking, and I was just doing no damage. And then a mage would come by and instant one shot completely nuke the enemy. And it's like, that's crazy balancing, brother. That's insane. I couldn't break through the armor, and he one-shots it. Bananas. That was last season, though.
But their cheery tidings are plastered all over town. All over every town, what I hear. And it ain't just talk.
Tell me more.
Folk are disappearing. Suppers uneaten, candles burned down. They just walked off into the night to do light knows what. But the Crusaders of Zakharoom couldn't give a wet shite. So, saddle my horse, fetch me my steel. I'll find them lost souls and knock the faith back into them.
We're gonna learn, this is, I hope. I hope we learn that this death cult or whatever, Rupture's gonna peer through it all sanctuary. Closing Ruptures will earn you glints of hope. Oh, yeah, so it's a lot of the same every season, just like different color variations, which is fine. I don't have a problem with that. But I like how they always include a story. Usually, though, the story's not very memorable, but I hope this one will be memorable because this story is the first season to my memory after the X-Pack. So it seems like they're sort of taking the story of the X-Pack and carrying it forward. And the story... my one friend said, and he's absolutely spot on, Blizzard needs to remember that like their actual job is like essentially making cinematics or like film and TV, and they just don't realize it. They think they're a video game company, but at this point, like, they're better at making cinematics than they are at making games. Not to say they're bad at making games, but they're just so goddamn good at making cinematics that when you watch the Diablo cinematics, you forget how bad D3 was at the beginning because the cinematics go so hard. The cinematics are so awesome that you're like, man, I forgot the game sucked at the beginning. Because for a long time, D3 wasn't popular. Like, I think by the end, it got more popular as they fixed a whole bunch of stuff. But when it first came out, I think it was a flop. And then, and I think the same thing happened for D4. I think when it first came out, people were a little bit happier with it, but not super happy. And they made changes. And now I think, especially with this most recent X-Pack, a lot of people that were naysayers are like, you know what? I stand corrected. They've redeemed themselves. And Blizzard has with WoW as well, I'll be honest. They've done an excellent job this last X-Pack.
After our blessed Akarat returned, only to drown under the twin seas.
I'm hopeful. I really am. I think they're going to, like, crush it.
Out of bed in the morning.
I don't know. I'm impressed to see... I thought they put all their money into, like, the housing. But it seems like they're acknowledging other parts of the game. So I'm really happy to see that.
Half one. Half more than any other round here.
Alright, let's go. Let's go. This is our reward structure. Yep.
Blessings of Akarat be with you, child. Faith is infectious. The stronger the light in you, the brighter it shines on those.
Who's this
around
standing
you.
here? Who's this guy?
Bring your friends
Is that us?
into our
No.
fold. Through fellowship and unity, our faith shall endure.
Alright, let's get started. I think we have to do, like, hell tides and stuff. Let's pick a pet first. We have to add our pet. I think also, what I sort of thought was really sick about this season, if any of you guys play Overwatch, is I think... Oh, maybe it's not free. I was going to say, I thought she was free, but maybe not. It's cool that it's Kikaro's pet, but I guess it's not free. I guess you have to pay for it. That sucks. I thought the whole thing of Blizzard doing it like this is that they were It was a collab to say like, hey, you can get it for free if you play the game. Is this the one you get for free? No. So at some point this season, you'll get one of these pets for free. I don't know which one. We'll add our new one that we just got because it looks sick. Very cool. Spirit healer just because. Alright, it's good enough for now. Oh, this is sick. It's a shame. Again, you gotta buy all this stuff. It'd be cool if you could like play the game to unlock some stuff, but... What would Kratos ride? I think Kratos would ride like a lion or something. Alright. We have the pet. I guess we have to go here, right? Yeah, to do this thing. That'd probably be the best first thing. There's probably level in Helltides, I would imagine. But when I heard this thing as a soundboard, I just thought of like the guy screaming chocolate and 1 eternity later, 2 hours later. There's so many quotes in SpongeBob. Oh my god.
You look well, my friend. It ought to be. I've carried this scrap of parchment since I first came to...
Impressive.
So sorry, Tyrael. We've heard this so many times. So many times, Tyrael, we've been through this. Ooh, nice X-Pack. Conquer Nightmare Dungeon. That's a bit rough, but we'll do it. Get XP for it, so that's nice. So the reason why, look at the green wings, the reason why we did a warrior this time, or barbarians, because barbarians are super overpowered. When I looked at the beginning of the season, for this season, which started like Tuesday or something, last week I think, I saw that barbarian and sorcerer are still #1. I could be wrong. If someone wants to check like the stats, I feel like barbarian and sorcerer, specifically ball lightning sorcerer, have been at S tier since the beginning of Diablo. Diablo 4 specifically. I could be wrong, but I don't remember a point where they weren't S tier from the beginning. I always thought they were. Maybe I'm wrong, but so it's for whatever someone in the game clearly likes mages, because in World of Warcraft from the very beginning, mages have always been overpowered, and in Diablo they seem to be quite strong as well. So someone likes mage class fantasy. Okay, so we can do the dungeon. Back-to-back nightmare dungeons. We can level with someone, or we can just do Helltides. Let's see if a group will invite us for dungeons. They're full, so we gotta wait for someone to, we can just make a group, I guess. Maybe I do, Miss Lee, but this is still the old camera, so that's gonna change. It's in 1080, though, so that's why it is crisp, but this is not the new camera yet. I didn't set up the new camera yet. Having to take apart the computer was stressful. Thankfully, my friend was very kind to walk me through it. But Jesus, man, that was I don't know how you guys build PCs. I'm so afraid I'm gonna ruin something. By the way, whoever the psycho is that designed how it's supposed to feel when you stick memory into a computer is out of their mind and needs to be extradited to space forever. This guy cannot be amongst civilized society. This guy, whoever created the feeling that memory has to be when it clicks in, that rough metal on metal, it's insane. It is so expensive, and then you have to like jam it in like a caveman. It's like, I thought I pushed hard, and he's like, it's probably not in there because we started the PC, and the PC's like, I have Alzheimer's. I have no memory of anything. So I had to push it in so hard that it clicked. And when it clicked, I knew, like, okay, it's in now. And the PC worked, finally. But, like, it's insane. How hard you have to push metal against metal until you get that click? That tactile feel of the memory is crazy. Those components are way too much money to be putting that much pressure on them. That's insane. I was so afraid I was going to break something. And then... I know you didn't. It's crazy that after seeing what you... Like, I always had a respect for you guys that are able to, like, build PCs. It's so much harder than I thought. I always thought it was hard. It's always been very intimidating. It's even more intimidating than I thought it was. And I thought it was pretty intimidating. It's not even like the where does everything go? It's am I going to break it if I put it in? Because then I had to put in... You say that, but you work with such small pieces, and like you're literally a mechanic for like, so, okay, well, listen, normal dungeon. We then had to take out not the processor, what do you call it? The CPU, I guess? The GPU? The CPU, whatever it's called. The big hulking thing The big heavy fan thing. You're so funny. Bro, taking that out was even scarier. That was even scarier because that's the most expensive component of the PC. And when it clicks in as well, oh my god. Can I just say though, the air cooler for the CPU, that's what it is, okay. It's incredible. You did such a good job putting it together that when I was able to take it apart, I saw where everything went. Yeah. So I think it was the cooler. I think it was the cooler because I had to take out the battery. It wasn't working until I took out the physical, this little like battery. I didn't know this little circular battery that like holds the memory or something of your PC. And I had to take it out and then pull the power button to like try it. So like you unplug the PC completely, you turn it off, you turn it back on, you unplug it, you hold the power button, it like gets rid of the charge that's holding in it. Yeah, so he knows what I mean. And then when you pull it out and put it back in, it's like it resets its memory. And that allowed it to, it allowed it to like accept the new memory and everything started working perfectly. But my god, I would not have figured that out without help. That's crazy. You guys are Adeptus Mechanicus. Like actually though. You guys are legitimate the Adeptus Mechanicus of our world. If it wasn't for you, humanity would be lost. You guys are talking to the machines are talking back to you. Yeah, it's crazy, man. You guys are the reason we have the technology we have. Wackus bonkus. Okay, so no one's joining our group, so we'll do Helltides for now. You know, I don't know what build to go with. We should quickly Google it now that I think about it. Just because... I don't know what would be the best. I don't play Warrior very often. I would just go Pulverize if I was a Druid, but we don't play Barbarian. I keep calling it a Warrior. It goes to show how often I play it. Build guides. Leveling. Now, we could pick whatever talents we wanted, but... Here, yeah. So Whirlwind. I figured like Whirlwind to save it. So we'll do... Oh, Helltide ends in 5 minutes. Alright. So Skewer, Berserking, Whirlwind. Skewer. Oh, we don't have Whirlwind here. What? Oh, Lunging Strike. I see. Lunging Strike. Okay. Yeah, we just got it. So let's keep it there for now. At least you have an ability. Alright. Oh, we have people here. We have people here. Hello.
Hello.
Oh, he sounds like Kratos. Alright, let's just go do the dungeon. If you're ready to do the dungeon, we'll get started. People can join us. Let's go. We'll do the dungeon. There you go. The Helltide's ending soon anyway, so... Quisp. Coffee Quisp. Do you have a Stream Deck, Kelth? I know you don't stream, but it just feels like something you would have, because it's just like a bunch of extra buttons, and it's like macros. You can make them do... They're just hotkeys. You can do whatever you want. It feels like something you would play with. Negative Rubber Ducky. I'm shocked to hear that, because it seems like... Just the option to just customize it feels like something you would have fun with. It's cool. It's a neat little thing. What I'm most excited about for it, though, is just the ability to press buttons to clip. Oh, Stream Deck. Not Steam Deck. Yeah, they sound alike. Isn't that confusing? Yeah, Stream Deck or Steam Deck would be sick. Yeah, those are... I can imagine they're very expensive. It's so slow when you first start, like, leveling, because, especially as a barbarian, just because you don't have, I feel like you don't have a lot of abilities. Once you get Whirlwind, I feel like everything turns on. Yeah, like that. Yeah. I know what you meant. Yeah, it's me most days. God, it's so painfully slow. Once we get a little bit of fair, it reminded me when I saw it. It reminded me of that thing that you used to use. I think you still use it. It's like all the buttons mapped out. Right. Same idea. Exactly same idea. Yeah. Because you're the first person I thought of when he was showing me like what it's capable of. I'm like, oh my god, I can only imagine what kind of shit you would set up. Because you can do files or folders and folders and folders. It's like, oh, yeah. Whoa, this is so hard. These things, these saw blades. It's such a tough mechanic. Look how many there are. It's crazy, dude. We're gonna die. So he got one of them. We still need the other one though. There's still one more we need to find. So we'll have to. No, that's the wrong one. Oh, he died. Fuck. I'm sort of playing like it's hardcore. We're probably gonna die here. No, not actually hardcore, but I'm just, you know, it'd be fun to try to play like it is. So that guy picked it up. Great. Okay, excellent. Well, let's keep looking because we need one more, so. Let's see, where are we at? It's probably down here then. I went the wrong way. It's alright. So friends, I want to play the quarry, but we just, with today's stream being so short and the quarry being such a story-heavy game, I figured why not just check out the new season today. That way, like, for the short stream, at least we do something. At least we show up. But we don't... I would hate to, like... I'd be afraid that we would get into, like, a really compelling part of the story or in the middle of a chapter and then just end it. And because the game is chapters, it would be nice to... I'd rather go a little bit later on Tuesday if we're in the middle of a chapter and then not end stream right away and say, let's just finish the chapter and start clean next... Like, that's how we ended last stream. We ended it on the chapter, so next stream we start a fresh chapter. So that way it's a cleaner to follow what's happening, because unlike a lot of games which are like super continuous, this one is continuous. What is that we just knocked? Broke. Must be something new with the new season. Unlike most games which are all continuous stories, the quarry specifically sort of ends more on like cliffhangers. It's a little bit different. It's sort of like reading like a book. Like when I read books, I try to usually end on a chapter, so sort of like a clean finish and like a fresh start. I can imagine. Sounds like you've had a very busy week this week. Did you do anything nice for Canada Day? I know you said you saw some people. I'm so happy you didn't have to deal with the heat wave though, man. That might have been some of the hottest weather we've dealt, like, that I could ever remember in Canada. It was pretty bad. I was afraid it was gonna fry my computer. That's how hot it was. Like, it was crazy. It was like 90-something degrees in here. The air conditioner couldn't keep up. Supposedly, the Europe got it even harder than we did. But I think it's past now. 34 people? What? When you said it was a lot of, like, when you made it sound, I thought maybe you had, like... if I were to guess, I was in my head, I thought, like, maybe, like, six people, 8 being a ginormous group of people, not 34 people. That's a nightclub. That's insane. I don't think I've ever had... I haven't had 34 people in my bar mitzvah. I haven't been to a wedding with 34 people. This is crazy. 34 people is... Did you cook for all those people? That's insane. That's so many people. L'chaim. He knows all the words. It's amazing. You cook... That is so much work. Oh my god, man. You're nuts. Yeah, you got it. You spelt it phonetically. Okay, I don't want to get stand in that fire. Is that... Oh, we did it. One more. I'm gonna get frozen! I'm frozen. That's not good. Again, it's not hardcore, but... I try to, like, play like it's hardcore until we die for the first time, just to be like, how far could we get in hardcore? I'm just curious. I think if you wanted to... Oh, yeah, you spelled it right. That's how you spell it, yeah. But... I think the way you spelled it the first time is phonetically how you would say it. What's funny is a lot of... Yeah, what are these things? Whatever he's clicking, this is like a new thing with the X-Pack or whatever. It's gotta be.
It will no doubt spell my doom. I can smell death in the air.
That's probably the boss. Guys probably killed the boss already, or...
It will come for me soon.
The door just opened. Is someone going to do something? What are they doing down there? What's down there? What's going on? Man, it's funny because I was watching It was a little while ago. I was watching Rogan because Adam Sandler was on, and he asked Adam Sandler, would you ever do another Zohan movie? And Adam Sandler said many times he wanted to do it, but it didn't feel right at the time. It was like weird. It felt too like political oriented with what's going on in the world. And then he said also he just feels like he can never do it again because he'll never be in that shape again. He said he had to get in such good shape for that movie, and he's like, I'm never gonna get in that shape again. So like, I don't know how he would do it unless the character got like older and just isn't the same character anymore. And he's sort of like out of his game because his whole thing. And you forget how that was a pretty in shape Adam Sandler. Adam Sandler never seemed to be like that kind of guy, but for that role, he really committed to it. And that was a great movie. I'm not a big fan of his films, but like that was a really funny one. A lot of good jokes. He has a few films that like, in my opinion, even for like non-Adam Sandler fans, he was very buff, which was weird for him because he's normally just like a jokester kind of guy. But Little Nicky was great. Zohan was funny. He's got a few bang. Like Grown Ups was good. I like Grown Ups. Like I watched Waterboy. I watch a lot of those films that like are his classics. The one where he's a kid, or he's screaming at kids. Billy Madison, maybe. I understand what people like about it. I get it. It's just not my kind of humor, but I get the appeal. Like he's funny. Adam Sandler's funny, and he's a very good writer, and he gets comedy. Like there's no denying any of that. Obviously, he's successful for a reason. It's clear. Like you can't even deny why he's successful. Like he's very funny. It's just you know, his comedy is like very slapsticky, which is like not for me, but I absolutely understand it. Yes, he absolutely is, and that's the character he plays in a lot of things. Like just that typical, relatable, like down on his luck. You know, often his character falls into things, and it's fun. It's relatable, fun. I don't know. He created an original character that like we just know. And it works. It works. He does it really well. You know what you're going into with an Adam Sandler movie. You're never, like, disappointed, like, because it's not what you expected. And he's made a lot of money doing it. And the best part is he gets to do it with his friends. Like, how smart was he? He just got a whole bunch of people he liked working with and then made them all rich. It's crazy. Alright. Any upgrades? Not really. We have this. What's in here? Anything? We have one more to do. If they want to join us for one more, they can. Want to do one more, boys, real quick? One more person. Come on. Remember The Hot Chick? The Hot Chick was a really funny movie. Can we get Whirlwind yet? We must be able to get Whirlwind now, right? Whirlwind? Finally! 12% movement speed, that's fine. You know what? Yeah, it's fine. We'll do that. It works for now. We'll just roll with Whirlwind for now. Whoops, wrong one. Just throw it all in here. We'll figure it out later. It's fine. We have Whirlwind. Yeah, you see, remember the movie. Man, that's a movie that I watched so often. That was a very funny movie. Like, that's what I mean, like... I'm not a big fan of Adam Sandler, but he had some, like, classic movies that just stand the test of time. It's amazing. Grandma's Boy. I feel like his best films were films where he wasn't the star. Not that he's, like, bad at it at all. It's just... Although Little Nicky, he was a star. Yeah, I heard. I think we tried to watch it with Casey. She didn't like it very much. I wanted to watch Funny People about the comedy stand-up. I never saw it. I heard it didn't do very well. But have you seen? Oh, you know what? I'm shitting on Adam Sandler. Uncut Gems is brilliant. It goes to show like how talented he is as an actor because like he is Mr. Funny Guy, and then he does Uncut Gems, and what a that movie is. If, like, I think I've said this before, if you don't know what anxiety feels like, watch Uncut Gems. It's the closest thing to what anxiety feels like. The way the movie makes you feel is the closest thing to just, like, anxiety feels like all the time. You're just so on edge that whole movie because he keeps making terrible decisions. And you know, like, this you shouldn't be doing this. You're writing a check your mouth can't cash, and he doesn't intend, like, that's why the movie's written like that, like, to keep you on edge. But my God, Adam Sandler sells it so well. Pixels was great. I liked Pixels, actually. And Click. Click was really cute as well. I liked Click a lot. It's amazing how... Did he write those? Or did he just star in them, I wonder? I find his, if he wrote those, I find his comedy to be very vapid, which isn't an insult. Like, it's like, you know, that's just his style. You like what you like, but if he wrote those stories, it's amazing how he can write, like, real, like, creative, original stories with heart. It's got a lot of heart, a lot of meaning behind it, like, especially Click. Click was really a really meaningful movie. A lot of meaning in the film. I just miss comedy movies like that, though. I don't know. You watch a lot of newer films, and they just don't have the same energy that like Elf had. Elf was an objectively good movie. Yeah, of course. And like it's maybe I was gonna say old school as well. They both have Will Ferrell, but old school is more R-rated, much like Anchorman. But I don't know. The last good, like, quote-unquote R-rated movie that felt like those kinds of, like, American Pie type movies that I saw was that one movie with Jennifer Lawrence that I saw. What was it called? I don't remember what it was called, but the story was Jennifer Lawrence was, like, some loser character, and she needed money very desperately, and she meets some rich family, and the rich family says, our kid's a loser, and he needs a friend, or needs to date a girlfriend. If we pay you to pretend that you don't know who he is, but you fall in love with him, will you give him the opportunity? I mean, I think if they say, well, like, will you have sex with him or something, or just show him a night on the town, something like that. So she says, sure, I'll pretend that I don't know who he is, and I bump into him, and we make friends, and then I'll date him. But you guys will secretly pay me, but he doesn't know that part. And so the movie is essentially her meeting this boy and pretending to be his friend because the parents want her to be, and it's a fun movie where he's nerdy and a loser. She's trying to show him how to, like, have fun, and he's so anxious, and she's like, you gotta live a little. It was a good concept. It was fun. It was original. It felt irreverent. It felt sort of like the same kind of humor as, like, those American Pie type movies. It felt like those movies from, like, that generation, Old School or American Pie or Wedding Crashers. And then, of course, they're many generations apart. The Wedding Crashers is probably 10 years or more after American Pie, but it's the same kind of energy, where it's like a reverent humor. It's sort of crude a little bit, you know, like fart jokes and dick jokes, and but it's in good fun. I just don't feel like there's a lot of those anymore. And this Jennifer Lawrence one, which was a couple years ago, it hit that mark, and I don't know if it did well in the theater, but I miss those movies so much. Those like old school movies, those Wedding Crasher kinds of movies, where they don't have a point. They're not trying to be political or have a message. It's just like wouldn't it be funny if Vince Vaughn got food poisoning and had diarrhea when he was at his grandmother's funeral, and now he's just got to sit there trying to not poop his pants during the middle of a eulogy? Like, just funny stuff like that. Like, those were just, I don't know, I miss those movies. And don't get me wrong, I love deep stuff as well, but I think there's a time and place for both. Slate Dark Magus. It's that way, but we have to open the door, so... Is the door open now? Did it say the door opened? A door has been unsealed. I think we can go back now. I think we can go back and open the door. I think because we killed that guy now. That's what I was trying to figure out. Like, do we have to loot something? Do we have to kill someone? Like, what? Something opens the boss door, but I think we've done it now, so now I think the boss door is opening now. So we can go back to the boss. Problem with Diablo is at the very beginning, like at this point, it's a little bit boring just to level because you're so slow. Once you get a few levels, start getting a little bit of speed, it's not so bad. But thankfully we have a group at least, which is cool. So this is 2 complete. Now we get to hand this in. Hopefully we'll get Hell Tides. If we could get Hell Tides, we'll level a lot faster. Leveling in Hell Tides, excuse me, is so fast. I'll show you what I mean in a second, because you're going to think it's ridiculous. Because if you don't understand Diablo, you won't even understand what... This is the real one right here. Yep. You won't even understand what I'm saying.
Thank you.
So we have to report to Tyrael, so that's why. See how we finish these 2? So this is a new... We'll teleport back, and I'll show you guys, and it'll make sense what I'm talking about. Here. Because right now, like, this doesn't make sense. But I'll explain what people are doing this X pack because they figured out the fastest way to level. Oh, I went the wrong way. I teleport to Temis? Why did it take me to Undercity or whatever? Why is it taking me back here? What's going on? This isn't where we want to go. What is happening? We want to go here. It keeps saying it's teleporting us there, but it's not taking us there. Now, hopefully it'll work. I clicked it manually. The guy on the right looks sick. Essentially, what happens is you make a character from level 1. You come to this area. You talk to Tyrael. You look at this tree, and if you don't have Hell Tides, if Hell Tides is not the first thing you get, you delete your character and you make it again. You come back here and you keep doing this until you get Hell Tides. And then you don't complete the tree and you farm Hell Tides all the way to 70. That's what people are actually doing. That's not what we did. We made this character. We got here. We have 2 of these, which were dungeons. I don't care. We'll just accept it. We get XP for this anyways. Who cares? So there's our XP. Great. We're level 15. Would it have been more efficient to do Hell Tides? Of course. But we're not making a new character. Now we have Hell Tides. Excellent. So now we can stop. Now we have Hell Tides. So we got lucky. Our second attempt, we got Hell Tides. Perfect. So we'll just accept it. We'll do this. We'll start. Fine. Who cares? I don't need to rush. It's fine. That's an upgrade, that's an upgrade, that's an upgrade, that's an upgrade. Everything's pretty much going to be an upgrade at this point, more or less, until we get some decent gear now. Okay, didn't take any damage. The first character is always the slowest to level because we can do once you get higher level is farm Hell Tides, or farm chests and send chests over to your alts. Once you have a max character, you can farm stuff so easy.
Thank you.
No one ever talks in Diablo, but I always say thank you. Alright, let's head over to the Hell Tides now. I see we have talents here. I'll have to reset them and then put points in. But really quick, let's do the Hell Tide. What is it? We need to get mercenaries. That's another thing I forgot. Mercenaries. We should get mercenaries. We can't do this yet until we fill it up. Okay, no problem. Let's quickly grab our mercenaries, and then we'll go to the Hell Tides and level up in Hell Tides. So I have to say, I tried Dark Roast. I liked it. I wanted to try other coffees because I just feel like I could have made better iced coffee, so I tried so many different brews. And in the end of the day, I went back to Dark Roast. There's nothing like it. I tried to experiment. I tried different stuff. I just can't. I just like Dark Roast too much. It all tastes terrible if it's not Dark Roast. I probably have a dumb palate. I'm sure I have the palate of a donkey's ass. But it is what it is. Let's quickly do the talents while we're here because we have a few talent points now. So, 1 into Skewer, Berserking. Okay. Skewer, Berserking, Skewer. Whirlwind, Tornado, cost reduction, cost damage bonus, channel damage bonus. Whirlwind, cost damage bonus, channel damage bonus. And Tornado. And that's 17 out of 15. So, and then we'll grab Ground Stomp as well, because that's another ability we could probably use. And Fury Generation, which will give us more Whirlwinds. Okay, and the rest we'll just pump into air. That's what they did. Firm. Perfect. Okay. Let's see. Does it matter what mercenaries we take? Oh, cool. We get the new one. I haven't picked this kid yet. I think we get the kid this time with this guy. So we always take Rahir. We've always taken Rahir. Always. Rahir is our mercenary.
Honor to help, friend.
And for Rahir, this. Oh, no more. Okay. Now we take this guy, I think, right? Yeah, we take this kid. This little guy. And as in reinforcement. I've never worked with him before. Or her, I don't really know what it is, but I've never worked with him before. That's exciting. And we'll use... I don't have the other ability yet, so I gotta wait. Is that cooldown? The players in combat. Okay, we'll have to roll with that for now. And he has that. That's it. Okay, we're good for now. Let's go. Helltide time. Oh, we have something here. What's this now? Oh, I've got to collect the reward. Do that quick, I guess. Then we'll do Helltides. It's frustrating to not be able to play Druid, I'll be honest. I want to play Druid. Hey, Lethal Dreams, how are you? I like your name. That's a cool name. I saw when the season first came out, the first thing I did is check the tier lists, and I don't normally do that. I'm not normally like, oh, who's flavor of the month? Who's so good right now? I don't care about that, but I just want to see like how low was Guardian Druid, not Guardian. How low was Pulverized Druid? And the reason why is because last X pack or last patch or season or whatever, I felt weak, and I'm like, am I crazy or am I doing something wrong? And then I went to the tier list and it was quite low. And that's the first time I recognized maybe there's something to the tier list. When they say that Pulverize is in C tier and Barbarian's in S tier, and then I play Pulverize with Best in Slot, and I can't solo stuff. And I'm in a group and the entire group wipes. Except for one Barbarian who was soloing bosses in 2 hits while we're dead on the floor. I'm like, okay, maybe there's something to tier lists. Maybe the tier lists aren't entirely fabricated. So this time we went with the flavor of the month. I hate to admit it, but I just want to see what it feels like to be super broken. And then I'm hoping that soon, I'm hoping in this season, I'm hoping we'll get a little bit of a buff. And they'll say, hey guys, the guys that are in the lower tiers, the Druids, the Warlocks, the Paladins, they moved up a little bit. Now they're competitive as well. Because I just want variety. Like, give us variety. Let us play a wide spectrum of classes without having to sacrifice player power, essentially. You put so much effort into the animations, into how fun they are to play, all the cool gear, only for it to sort of suck to play because, like, for all the effort, you're barely getting any output from it. It must suck. I mean, I don't know the internal conflicts going on inside Blizzard, but I would imagine the art team at times must be a little bit frustrated with the balancing team to say, like, we work so hard on this stuff and no one ever wants to play these classes because they're, like, so low compared to other stuff.
There they are.
So is this like a... It's a stomp. It's not a leap, it's a stomp. What's this? Oh, that was the... I see, I understand. That was the... So what is this now?
Take heart, beloved. Your death will be the beginning of the end. The first sip of the needful cup that will carry humanity gently to rest.
Ah, we gotta go back again. It's so much back and forth, bro. We'll kill these guys and hand it in. We'll set our hearth to here or whatever. I kept getting in trouble when I would call it hearth. They call it teleport or whatever. I've said it before. We've been playing World of Warcraft for what feels like 25 years at this point. You're not going to get hearth out of me. It's always going to be a Hearthstone. So where do we hand this in now? It looked like it was here that told us to go to. No, it's here. Okay. Sorry to leave the... I know we just joined the Helltide, but we gotta leave to come back because we gotta hand this quest in. I don't know if we'd be able to progress if we didn't hand it in. Sometimes you can, but not always. Sometimes you have to hand it in or you're just stuck. And you're sort of like wasting time because you have to hand it in to be able to go forward again.
What? They are? Of course they are. I prayed to the light. I had it wrong. What have you got? Take heart, beloved. Your death will be the beginning. Evil enough to try and talk folk over the edge. They want to take the rest of us with them.
I'm curious.
Hell's with that. Listen, you've got to keep at them. Bring me whatever you find. and I'll tack it up for all to see.
Essentially what's happening is, from what I get from it at least, find and kill realm walkers, or investigate the colossal rupture, sometimes opens near. Oh, what's this now? Surging ruptures appear in helltide zones. Realm walker, a colossal rupture appears in fields of desecration. Right here. Next one begins in a minute. Can we make it there fast enough? Let's check it out. Then we'll go do a helltide after. We can check out the new event. What I'm fascinated is, so far with the story that we've gotten, there's a death cult, and they're saying death is like the beginning. They're like, yeah, just drink the Kool-Aid, just die, because that's the beginning of this, and they don't want you to know that, but you can trust in us. The idea is to die, and then we'll take it from there. Just make sure you die. And I don't know what they're doing with the corpses, and I don't know who it is that's telling them to do this, but I feel like it's probably Mephisto or something, of course, but I feel like the reason why it says unknown when the voice is talking is because I feel like Mephisto probably is going to be shown as Lorath or Akarat or something, and that's why it says unknown. When we're reading all the scripture, all the transcripts, or all the notes that we're finding, we don't know who's saying it, but I feel like we're going to see a character that is normally a good guy saying these words to try to trick people. And like, this is like the best way to describe it. Akarat is sort of their savior. So like, imagine, this is how you could think about it, okay? Like, whoever your like religious leader is, like Jesus, the story of like Jesus is like Jesus died, and then instead of him coming back to say sorry, I forget you guys for your sins, Satan comes back, but he looks like him, and he makes you think, hey, God resurrected me. Believe in me, believe in my power, and I will give you salvation. So people believe in him, thinking he's someone that he's not really Satan, but the truth is, and this is what I'm getting from the story, whether you believe that he's Satan or you don't know that he's Satan, as long as you believe in his direction, that energy goes to him and empowers him. And that's how I believe it works with Mephisto. Mephisto lies and says, I'm Akarat, I'm the savior, I'm going to help you guys. And people believe in him, even if they believe it's Akarat and they don't know it's Mephisto, because they wouldn't believe in Mephisto. The fact that they believe in Akarat, that magic, that energy, still fuels Mephisto, even though they don't believe in Mephisto. If that makes sense. I think just the act of prayer in the direction, they were able to like take it and turn it into their power or whatever. So that's why I believe it's saying anonymous, honestly, because I think they're going to show us, like, they're going to bring back. It's to show that the enemy that we're dealing with, Mephisto, is so evil that he's willing to use the corpse of someone that we held dear to try to trick the people of Sanctuary. I honestly believe that. Because Mephisto is like such a nasty character. That's why I love him so much. What I love so much about Diablo is Diablo's not afraid to pull back the punches. Oh, this is sick. Look at this thing. They go nuts with cinematics. They're brutal and violent and gritty, and like they still, in today's world, I feel like playing. Hey Vanilla, how are you? In today's world, I feel like playing with the idea of religious themes is a scary thing for a lot of brands. Diablo doesn't care. Diablo plays on the idea of like religious themes and sacrifice and suicide and all that shit. All sacrificing at the altar and false gods, and I love it. I love that they don't hold back, because like the world or society feels a little bit sanitized, and Diablo is like, nope, it's gritty, it's dark, these guys are monsters, they want to destroy the world. Yes, okay, Vanilla. Yes, Gothic 1, a lot of people are playing. So, I hope I didn't hype it up too much, like as exciting news. It's exciting for the stream. My friend was kind enough. Oh, that's a new event. That's cool. My friend was kind enough. He sent me a whole bunch of stuff. We have a stream deck. We have a brand new camera. I haven't used it yet. I've still installed it. We have memory. We have like a whole bunch of memory now, dude. We have like, I don't know how much memory we have. A lot more memory. I think that's where Red Dead Redemption was not working. So we added 2 more sticks of memory. So we're like, not, I don't know if we're maxed out on memory, but all the slots are maxed out now, which is exciting. New camera we're gonna install, new lights, Stream Deck, which is really cool for clipping. So clipping's gonna be way more often. Plus, like the production value is gonna be better. Mic arm. I need to still get some things to install it. Like my desk situation is a little bit weird. We just got a whole bunch of new stuff that increases the overall quality of the stream. Whether it's just increasing like the camera or the quality of the microphone or just the overall experience. So I'm just grateful. Yeah, I know it's not like super exciting, but like I hope it'll lead to a better experience for you guys. I hope it'll be more fun. I hope we can play more games. The thing I'm most excited about is the memory, because the memory I think was our bottleneck for Red Dead. So we could probably play more games that were crashing before, because I think it was a memory issue. So hopefully we could, like, all I want to do is play Red Dead Redemption. I think that'd be so much fun. You've been hyping it up for so long. I'm just so stoked to play it. That's a good question. I don't remember, but I think we have like double now. Was it like 16? Now we have like 30 something maybe? Could it be that? Would that make sense? There's 32 gigs. Does that make sense? 32 gigs? Does that make sense? I think we have 32 gigs. I think we went from 16 to 32, if that makes sense. I think we have 32 gigabytes. Which I feel like can play Red Dead. I feel like that's a big difference.
You're sweating. Like you've got big news. Should I be sitting down? That, well, mad as it is, that makes a kind of sense.
Please explain.
Oh,
What do we know
a
about the
GPU
walkers?
issue.
They pass between our world and elsewhere, yeah? The Ulosar promise peace in the hereafter. Maybe they're using the
That's
walkers
frustrating as hell.
the way to pandemonium.
We'll have to try.
Said it was mad, didn't I? Madder still. You've got to stop anything worse from coming through. I'll keep banging the war drum. Keep you
Something I'm
supplied.
most excited about? Something I'm most excited about, dude. This Stream Deck has sound effects, and we can do stuff like this.
One eternity later.
Bro, we're gonna have so much fun. I'm gonna have so much fun with that. I have so many SpongeBob quotes. Bro, it's gonna be all SpongeBob quotes. Oh my god. If they have the USB stick ready. Yeah. So, I feel like I have the USB stick here. I think I do have it in here. But that's probably from... I should download... You're right. We'll get that too. I'm going to write that down right now so I don't forget that. We're going to write that down. Hold on a sec. Hold on. This is the few that we need. Chocolate! That's one. And the best, and the one that I annoy the missus with, like... I'm not exaggerating, 6 to 8 times a week is, oh, brother, this guy stinks! That is like the funniest SpongeBob quote, I think, in the history of that entire... I was watching it last night, by the way. No, this is Patrick is another one. Is mayonnaise an instrument? No, Patrick, mayonnaise is not an instrument. The whole show is so goddamn funny. I love it so much. Oh my god. You've carried this much of the burden on yourself.
Aye.
That's so funny. No, this is Patrick.
Why me?
Hey, is this the crust of
Why
crap?
do
No,
you
this is
just
Patrick.
Sit by and let it come. I lost someone, alright?
It's so
He helped
it's
me
so
when I was
funny.
lost.
It's so
Me
dumb.
into thinking there was still light to be had in this life. Then he walked off into the night with the rest of them. Bloody hypocrite. He doesn't get to do this.
Oh, Vanilla, you're making my day. Thank you for that. After I heard a voice. Are we going to find out who this voice is? Because she didn't say. Huh. So he's not talking. She hasn't mentioned who she's talking about.
What sort of voice? Human? Demon?
I don't think so.
Beneath their cowls, the darkness stared empty. No visage of man, nor semblance of pity.
Have you seen this before?
In an old book, maybe. Listen, mate, I hate to ask you to go back there, but I doubt anyone else can stop whatever this is. I've got some reading to do, and praying, for what it's worth.
Thankfully, all the, there's like one more appointment I think we have for the cat in like 3 weeks, and that's pretty much it. And then we're like, she's pretty much good. She's on meds now. And the meds are pretty much for life, just like regulate her hyperthyroidism. It'll keep it at bay, so she can just like eat whatever she wants, live however she wants. She's been much better since already. It's crazy the difference. But gotta take her for blood work in 3 weeks. Assuming the blood work's good and the medication doesn't need to be adjusted, no more vet visits, and that's it for like 6 months to a year. If the blood work's not good, we have to readjust the medication, test it again in 3 weeks. It's just balancing the medication. Once the medication is balanced in her system, then it's just going back every 6 months to make sure nothing's changed with blood work, like as far as hormones go. So I'm hoping this will be the last. I'm hoping so far she had no side effects. I'm hoping that means the medication is at a proper dose. After, in a few weeks, we'll take her, we'll get the blood results, it'll be like she's fine where she is, just keep giving her the dose, and we'll see in 6 months. Yeah. We have to be, I felt terrible that we had to give her, what's the name of that tranquilizer? It's a very common tranquilizer for cats and dogs. You give it to them on long trips. It's, it hits the GABA quadrant of the brain. It's got GABA in the name, doesn't it? Am I crazy? Gabapentin. We gave her gabapentin. Because she was going crazy at the vet. To calm her down. And oh man, she was stoned for what felt like a day and a half. I felt terrible. Because she wanted to still be herself, but she couldn't walk properly. And it was just rough. It was really rough. So I'm hoping the day that we take her to the vet will not be on a stream day. Because even if I take her in the morning, what I learned last time is when you gave her the gabapentin, it's sort of hovering all day and almost into the next day sometimes. Until it's out of her system. Because she'll just try to jump off the couch and she'll just smack her face on the floor. Because she just doesn't have the coordination to like catch herself. So when she's going off the couch, I have to grab her and put her down. Otherwise, I'm afraid she's gonna like hurt herself. That was last stream, I think. And it was just too tough. It was too tough to step away. I didn't want to take a chance. Be given really small doses to help with travel stress. Yeah, it was way tougher. It was way tougher. I feel bad, so I gotta give it to her one more time. Get the blood work, then I'm hoping the blood work will be final, and that'll be it. I'm praying I want to go back. I hate having to take her back there. I hate it so much. To the point where I actually asked... Yeah. For a to travel with them? I understand. That's exactly it, right? That's exactly what it is. It's funny, because she didn't mind traveling to the vet. As soon as we got in there, she started freaking out. As soon as we got into the room, she started freaking out. Bro, that's what happened to her. I learned my lesson. We didn't give her gabapentin last time. I never gave it to her before. So we just took her like we always take her. And she freaked out so much. If you can't handle this stuff, like, now's the time to leave. She didn't get hurt or anything, but, like, it sucked. She was freaking out to the point where I said to the missus, I gotta go get a coffee. I'll go get you a coffee. I gotta go. I can't be here. Like, there's nothing I can do, and I'm gonna, like, kill myself from the stress. I can't take it. I can't take her freaking out like that and not being able to do anything about it. So... we came back. The vet's like, here's the deal. You can take her home, give her the pills. We can keep her here for 2 hours, and let the pills kick in and then see her. So I said, I'll just wait here for 2 hours. I don't want to take her home just to take her back. That seems like worse. She's already here. She's already at peak stress. Just give her the pills, and I'll sit here and wait. So we did that, and then they did it. She said she's fine. Breathing's fine. It was just a issue with the thyroid, but. When we came home, I didn't realize how much it took out of her. I felt horrible. I felt fucking horrible. I thought I lost my cat forever. Like, it's crazy, dude. It's crazy how much stress affects them. So now I have to give them a tranquilizer every time. I can't do that to her again. My first cat is scared as fuck, hyperventilating, but she's okay. Second cat is scared, doesn't meow, but pisses herself. Yeah. Man. That's how she was behaving. Like, I was taking her to the slaughterhouse. I thought she was gonna die. That's how scary it was. And then for... I took her on Saturday. Right? I think we took her Saturday, because I didn't stream Sunday. I think I missed 2 stream days, and that's because after I took her, every day after was me hovering over her because she didn't seem like herself. She couldn't make noise. She was very low energy. She was very cold, wasn't cuddly, was hiding by herself. She was like, it broke my heart because she trusts me more than she trusts anyone, even more than the missus. And I feel like I violated that trust. I couldn't take, I was struggling so much with that. So she's back now. She's back to herself. But she's my first cat, and I did not realize how hard it is on cats. I had no idea. I feel terrible. Man, oh man, oh man. These are really cool. This new thing we're doing here. This tears. Oh, it's cool how they move. But it's because I've always had dogs, and especially my golden retriever. You would take the golden retriever to the vet. He's like, "Oh man, I haven't seen you in so long. How are you? Oh, you gonna take some blood? Yeah, it's no problem." Like, it was the weirdest thing. Just the difference. The golden retriever liked the vet. The golden retriever was excited to see the vet. That's how different a dog and a cat is. My wiener dog was a little bit afraid of the vet, but not like Mickey was. So lesson learned. My God. I felt bad tranquilizing her, but like, and to be fair, like, a part of me, I didn't know what the call was. I didn't know, do I take her home and then take her back? But my logic was like, if I take her home, it's the car ride all over again. It's getting her into the crate again. There's just so many layers of stress, and to be, yeah, I see that now, and I agree with her. Honestly, I feel the same way. There's a movie called The Marathon Man with Dustin Hoffman and Laurence Olivier. And I'm sorry if this spoils the movie for you. It's a very old film from the 1970s. In short, I think what the movie's more or less about is Dustin Hoffman's character is... His brother, I think, had gems or something. He stole, something very valuable from the Nazis, I believe. And Dustin Hoffman had no idea any of this happened. It's his brother. His brother didn't tell him any of this happened. Something happened to the brother, so the Nazis go up to Dustin Hoffman, who's just like a nobody, a civilian. They kidnap him and say, where's the diamonds? He says, I don't know what you're talking about. They said, your brother has the diamonds, where are the diamonds? And the whole movie is him essentially being interrogated by these guys, who are like supposedly like escaped Nazis or something, saying, I don't remember if they were Nazis or what they were, but they said, like, you have these diamonds, or you have the jewels or whatever, where are they? He's like, I don't know what you're talking about. If it's my brother, it's his shit. I don't even know where he is. I haven't spoken to him forever. They're torturing him to get this information out of him. There's a scene in the movie where the cops come and they break it up and they save Dustin Hoffman. And they grab Dustin Hoffman, they throw him in the back of a car, they said, you're safe now, we'll get you out of here, but we gotta stop these bad guys. Where are the diamonds? We can't, these guys are gonna keep coming after you. If you can tell us where the diamonds are, we can save you and get you away from these bad people. And then it turns out that those cops are working for the bad guys. The whole time, they were just trying to get him to confess. So they breached his trust. They tried to get into him just to then to take advantage of that trust. And as messed up as this sounds, me taking her home to give her the drugs just to take her back to the vet felt like I was doing that to her. Like, she was Dustin Hoffman, and I was almost tricking her to think that things are safe when the truth is we're going right back to where you didn't want to be. Because that's what happens. They say, you're safe, tell us where the diamonds are. He doesn't say, then they break character and say, we knew, you caught our disguise, and they take him right back into the room he escaped from. And I couldn't do that. I felt terrible. That's all I could think about, is like, it would have been better for Dustin Hoffman's character if he never left the torture room and felt like he was safe at one point. It would have been better if he was just being tortured the whole time. Nothing is worse than feeling like you're safe just to go back into the torture room. That feels so much more psychologically devastating. And that's why I made the call to, like, just leave her there. She's already in it. It's already peak. I would hate to, like, drop it to spike it again. Like, and what happened when I left her there, to be fair, what happened is she calmed down because they left her alone. They put her in the cat crate, they sprayed the pheromones, and that's what I suspected would happen. If they weren't touching her, she would chill, and she did chill. And she even took the pill, she took the gabapentin they gave her, because they gave it to her with a treat, and she was still excited for the treats. So she took it, she got it done, and in my crazy mind, and maybe this is me being selfish, it was just like when she's home, she's home. That's it. It's done. It's over. It's treat time. It's relax time. It's like, I didn't know, but it felt like no matter what decision I would have made in that situation, it feels bad either way. Like, I don't know what to do. It was so rough. Yeah, it didn't work for her. The pheromones didn't work for her either when they tried. I didn't even know it was a thing, honestly. God, it's so rough, though. It was so rough. So at least now I know we'll give her the meds before we take her. And this is my question to you. If I give her the gabapentin before we take her, because it relaxes the GABA quadrant of the brain, which is fight or flight, is the experience less stressful for her? When she goes to the vet on the gabapentin, will she just, when she comes back, will she be less worn out because she didn't freak out while she was there? Oh, thank Christ! Jesus, I would pay so much money that I would have to go for the month without food just to get relief, to know that she's not coming back the same way she did that one time. I would do anything. I would sacrifice anything in the world. You have no idea what that did to me psychologically. It's insane how much that broke me up inside. Bro, I was such a wreck. Like, yeah, it's awful. Oh, God. I'm so happy to hear that. I was not to trauma dump on you guys, but like legit up for nights, just crying by myself because I just couldn't take. I felt like I betrayed her trust, and it's crazy, dude. It's crazy. I know I'm nuts. I know I'm crazy. It's just she's so unconditionally loving. Our animals are so unconditional with their love that they have for us that it feels like such a betrayal to put them, because they don't understand that we're trying to help them. To them, it's just scary. Ugh, I struggle with that so much. I'm gonna be like, that's why, like, I don't know. It's so much easier to have kids and pets, because kids at least you could talk to at some point. At some point, you could explain to the kid, like, you know, even a kid that doesn't fully understand, I feel like they still sort of understand more than a pet does. This is a neat little concept, these things. This is a cool little, Oh, Vanilla, you made my day by telling me that. Thank you. That was a big fear of mine. Like, I didn't want her to have to repeat that, but I'm so happy to hear that. So it sounds like you've had a lot of cats. Or are these the only cats you've had and you're just that knowledgeable? You're taking to the vet a lot. Yeah, you have 3 right now, but you've had some in the past, it sounds like? Or did you just learn all this just from your 3 cats that you have now? Oh, you had cats your whole life. That makes sense. That's why you're so knowledgeable in it. That makes sense. Ah. Isn't it amazing what happens when you're on your own, what you learn? Okay, the big boys are going to come out right now. Big boy. Hopefully we don't die here. This is going to be sketchy. This might kill us. This might kill us! This guy's a boss. He's tough to kill, but if we can survive this, this is going to be... That razor is sketchy. That's what I hate. I hate that razor so much. Yeah, I know, buddy. Your razor's gonna kill me. Yeah. Their razor's gone. Go nuts. Razor's gone. Quickly, before the razor comes out. Quickly, 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 quickly. Heal up. Come on. Normally not this slow to kill this guy. We're just so weak. And normally this guy would kill us at this point, but, you know, warriors are OP right now, so... Got him. Nice. Huge. Normally I would just ignore that, because it's not worth killing, but I was curious if the warrior could do it. Some of my friends are calling me, yeah, dude, be well. Of course, of course, of course. Today was a weird stream. It's on me. I had to get the cat medication late, plus I was having computer issues earlier, so, that's why it's so late. Otherwise we would play the quarry. Don't ever apologize for that. Jesus, man. It's so nice to chat, as always. So, friends, we have to do a dungeon technically, although we're getting pretty good XP in the Helltide. I feel like we could do more, but we have 300. Like, that's nuts. There's got to be a chest here somewhere, though, right? Is there not legendary chests? Are the legendary chests only in... Yeah, dude, no worries. Have fun. Are the legendary chests only in... Nightmare? It might be. Because I see chests here, but not legendaries. These all just might be 75 cinders each, now that I think about it. Is there more? There's got to be more stuff you can buy with this. I know there's another one of these. I wonder how these are for XP. I've never even considered... I know we've done this 2 or 3 times now, but I wonder how good they actually are for XP. I sort of like it, though, I'll be honest. It's such a quick event. They pop up everywhere, and it's so fast. And I like how you don't have to kill people in it, you just stand in it. That's really neat. I like that a lot. Oh, there's a rock there. That's why I can't get there. It's above. That's really shitty. Because now I have to... That's really sucks. That ate a lot of time, unfortunately. Damn. What was a chest here, too? Yeah, I like this. I like you just stand here, and that's what eats it up. Yeah, we'll go to this one. If I can get here, these guys are standing in the way. This is what I mean, though. Like, right, we would have died a long time ago in our druid, but this guy is so overpowered. He's so powerful, this warrior. Or, whatever you call him, barbarian. Oh, we got 2 of them together. We can do them simultaneously? That's insane, dude. There's another one here. Oh, what's that? That one's red. Or is that just the same thing? Maybe it's the same thing. They're just everywhere here, huh? So it's not crazy for XP, at least not yet, unless maybe I'm doing it wrong. But you probably get a lot of materials and stuff for it. We're gonna have to do some talents after this as well. You know, I have to say, Diablo's a comfort game. It's been a little bit of a stressful week with the vet and stuff like that. Before even I had to do with my own personal stuff before the cat, but Diablo's a shut off your brain kind of game and play, and I was looking forward to the new season, so it is fun to play, I'll be honest. It's always fun to play Diablo, you know. Don't get me wrong, the quarry's fun too, but Diablo is... The quarry is very cerebral. It's fun, but it's like... You're paying attention when you're playing the quarry. This game is paying a lot less attention. This is sort of like classic WoW. You shut your brain off a lot, you sort of go on autopilot. Of course, we're talking on stream, but that's sort of what I mean. Like, I'm not really paying attention. Like, if we were playing quarry, we wouldn't be chatting as much. Because you're sort of more watching what's happening. Here, now, you could just sort of chat more. Maybe, with that being said, you guys prefer the quarry. We don't have to chat as much. Cool, gotta whisper the dead. We'll go hand that in really quick.
Who can stand against you? With me at your side.
And this just popped up in front of us. We'll have to do this quick. It just popped up on top of us. Should we not just do it really quick? Before we continue? God, our thing is full and we have so much loot, man. Like this, we have to... We're not getting much levels though, honestly, by doing the Helltide. Not as much as I expected. We're still 22. I feel like it would have been more by now. So I think we have to do it a different way. Where we farm the, There's a way to do Helltides properly, and we weren't really doing that, so we'll have to farm the maggots. The maggots seem to help level properly. I saw the actor, by the way, from The Quarry, was in a movie on Netflix, and I want to watch it because it's him. Just, you know, I want to see how he is. I watched him in something else recently too. I don't remember what it was, but he was pretty good. Like I said, I thought it was like Goosebumps or something, but I thought it was a kids show or something. Maybe not. It's not a bad actor, that kid. The main guy, Ryan, I think his name is. I think it's Ryan. The guy, the gay guy. He ended up being gay, and we didn't realize until like the end of last stream. Or maybe it's a choice. Maybe he's bi, and then based on how we decide whether he becomes gay or not, I don't know. But he's the one that I think he liked the other guy. But I think the guy doesn't know what we know because we're playing as him. Something along those lines. I think we had a choice, though. There was a choice there where it said we could... I think we were playing Truth or Dare last stream. And... yeah, the big guy's going to join us in a sec. Again, we're going to fight a big guy, but thankfully... hopefully this Warlock will be here with us. I thought we were playing Truth or Dare last stream, and we had the option to kiss the girl or kiss the guy. And we chose to kiss the guy because Ryan, in the previous scene... he did something where it was pretty clear that he liked the guy, and the guy wasn't really into him, or the guy didn't know that Ryan liked him. So we sort of set it up so Ryan would kiss him in Truth or Dare or something. From what I remember, I'm trying to remember what happened last stream. It's interesting. What's fascinating about The Quarry is the whole thing is just a slasher film. But then at the same time, there's this whole interpersonal relationship aspect to it, where all the characters are, this one likes this one, but this one has a crush on this one, but this one doesn't know about this one. And you sort of navigate that while you're also trying not to get killed by the murderers. It's interesting how like they're like, let's add, because you think if they pitch the game, they're like, well, what's the game? Well, the game is essentially a quick time action game where you're trying to survive the night of a slasher movie. You guys are just teenagers at a summer camp trying to survive a slasher movie, and the gameplay is quick time events like God of War. But then to say, on top of surviving the night from a slasher film, what if we add just interpersonal dynamics where this one has a crush on this one, but this one's in a relationship with this one, and this one's in the closet and hiding the fact that he's gay, but really has a crush on this one, but this one doesn't know that he's gay, but might feel the same way. It's just, you wouldn't expect it in a game like that, but I'm into it. I'm really like... as we're trying to survive at the same time, I'm like, man, I hope this one finds love. I hope this one gets to tell his true feelings to the other one, and I don't know why. It works. It works. It's strange, and it works. It's the first of that game, what do they call those games? Dark Pictures or something? It's the first of those games that I've played, but I really like it. It's really cool. It's a fun concept of game, and I think the other ones are probably just as fun. I hope so, at least. And if that's the case, like, it'd be fun to eventually explore all of them, right? I like the eye. I got to say, I really like the eye. It's cool. They've done a good job so far with this season. So far, I'm having fun.
It is done.
One-handed weapons, chaos, or rings. I feel like we'll always use two-handers, right? We need one-handers, just accept chaos, because you'll get, like... oh, right. Okay, nope. Upgrade, 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 upgrade. I don't remember what movie it was that I saw the kid in, though, but when I saw him, I'm like, hey, it's the guy from The Quarry. I'll have to watch it to see how he does in other stuff. It was on Netflix, whatever the movie was. I didn't realize that The Quarry was part of a bigger thing. I think it's its own story. I don't think there's a continuation of the story, or I don't think it's related to the universe, but there's many games like The Quarry. I didn't realize that. And Vanilla taught me about one that's like Saw, which is pretty cool. But at the same time, I'm surprised that Saw actually didn't just do it themselves. I'm surprised that someone else made a game like Saw, and Saw didn't just make... Or Saw didn't just license to that game. I'm surprised that... I would have expected just like... who is it, like Miramax? Harvey Weinstein? Or is it not Weinstein? Is it, who owns Saw? Is it Paramount? Maybe it's Paramount. It's one of those guys. Paramount or Miramax. I'm surprised the video game company didn't approach the production company and say, we'd like to license the rights for the characters for this Saw-like game. Because the game already, it appears like Saw, just without the Saw characters. It's Lionsgate. Lionsgate. Thank you. I couldn't remember. I know it's Twisted Pictures, but I knew it was like one of the bigger companies that Lions. I like how you know that. Yeah, so that's all, because it looks so similar that I feel like if they would have gone the route of licensing it, yeah, it would have cost money, but I wonder how much would Jigsaw's face or the pig, how much would that have like pulled even more people to check out the game? Because it's like it's Saw. You have you have Tobin Bell as the voice, but now we're getting into you have to hire Tobin Bell. He has to record original voice lines. How much does it cost to license the game? How long does the license last? I don't know how that works. If you like want to make a game, if World of Warcraft wants to come out with like a SpongeBob SquarePants armor set for one raid, and they pay SpongeBob, Nickelodeon, here's like $6 million for the rights to make this armor. I imagine, I would guess you pay for a license that lasts like 10 years or 20 years or whatever. Then when the 10 or 20 years are up, you would either need to remove it from the game, I guess, or not make it accessible anymore. If the characters have it, I guess they could wear it, but you can't make it accessible anymore, or you'd have to renew the license, I think. Right? I feel like something like that. Dead by Daylight and Fortnite. I forgot they do that. Yeah, so Dead by Daylight's the best example, because Dead by Daylight, it's the same thing as the Funko Pop business model. I watched a documentary on Funko Pops. You raised an excellent point, Kelf. That's a great point. I watched a documentary on Funko Pops on Netflix, and they said our business is not selling Funko Pops, our business is licensing. The whole business is, it's super cheap to get a license to Star Wars. It's only like a couple $1,000 usually. That's what they said. They said maybe now it's changed, but when they said it at first, they're like, we didn't realize how cheap it was to be able to put Darth Vader on stuff. They're like, you pay like 20 grand, you got it for like 10 years. You can put Darth Vader wherever you want. They're like, it's crazy, we just did it with everything. That's what they said in the documentary. Like, we realized our business model is just paying for licenses, and then just licensing everything. And that's what Dead by Daylight does, it seems like. Because they have, like, every character imaginable, it seems like. They recently got Jason Voorhees, I think, or something. People were really excited. I've never played Dead by Daylight, but I like how you can play as, like, everyone. It's so cool. It's so neat. And the one thing that I think is so cool about that game, I don't know about Fortnite. I think in Fortnite you just look like the character, but I don't think they're different. I think they're all the same. But I think in Dead by Daylight, if you want to play as a Xenomorph, the Xenomorph has his own attacks, or her own attacks. And Jason Voorhees has different attacks, and Michael Myers has different attacks, and Freddy Krueger has different attacks. And you could, like, main a character, and, like, that's your main. That's so cool how, like, they balance all the villains to have their own. I'm pretty sure that's the case, and I think Fortnite is the opposite. To be fair, Fortnite's more realistic. It's crazy that Dead by Daylight's able to do that. You can be the demon dog, Demo Dog, from Stranger Things. You're talking about the mushroom-looking flower guy with the face. That thing, or is it something else? I remember there was like a thing with like a petal for a head. It looked like a petal almost, like, but then it like opens like mouths. Yeah, a flower face. Yeah, I don't know what the hell it was. It was sick looking. It was like a demon flower. I don't know. It was very unique looking. It looked really cool.
Yet you bear no crest. Have you no tribe?
The winds of battle carry me further and faster.
This guy sounds like Kratos.
Spoken like a warrior who has never known a home. There are many like you, raised in the wilds. Your tribe scattered by the fall of Mount Ariat. We oxen have been fortunate.
The Dead by Daylight is like Overwatch, where I can't imagine what their balancing team looks like. Although I learned League of Legends today has like 100-something heroes as well. You know that meme? I think his name is Charlie from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. I've never watched the show, but there's that meme. I think it's Charlie where he's like standing behind the thing, and it's all the connected pins and how they all relate to each other, and it's like to show like conspiracy theory. That's how I feel like they have to balance Overwatch or League of Legends or Dead by Daylight. You have so many moving pieces at this point that it's insane. I feel like it's it must look like the schematics to a NASA launch. I can't imagine, because as soon as you touch one domino, everything else gets affected. So there's no way you're just like, well, we're just going to buff Doomfist's defense by 10%. You're like, well, that's going to affect how then Diva attacks him on the opposite team, and then how Hanzo's arrows penetrations affect based on how this character, that if they have a mercy buff, that would increase armor by this. So it's like, holy Christ. One decision is not just one decision. That seems so impressive to be able to do that. Because the game's still standing and people are still playing it. So obviously, it's somewhat successful. And it's just, I can't imagine what balancing that many characters looks like. It sounds so overwhelming.
Stolen by swift hands. It is an heirloom of Raycor, War Master of Change. Its edge claimed countless demons upon Ariat, yet...
Like, I wonder how they do it. They must have a system in place to figure it out.
Craft matched its keeper. The Triune has tried to take it before. Cubs looking to prove their worth.
This is where I feel like AI would be beneficial.
We've seen them hiding around the ruins on the southern coast. If they have the axe, it's sure to be there.
Where you could almost run like a simulation through like a spreadsheet, where you would say, okay, we feel that Hanzo's armor penetration is too strong. If, let's say, we decrease his armor penetration by this much, how would 100 games look roughly? And then it would show you the results. This. And then it would be like, what are some outliers? Well, if Hanzo's armor penetration is lower, these are a few examples where he could be taken advantage of, or whatever. It would sort of like run it through like a simulation of like 500 or 1,000 games and say, like, these are the things that might be, you know, like stick out with players and their experiences. I just feel like being able to do stuff like that will probably help with balancing in the future. And maybe I don't know what the hell I'm talking about, but I don't know. The one thing that all gamers seem to complain about, not myself, to be fair, because I'm not smart enough or good enough to know, but it seems like a lot of gamers complain about balancing being an issue. I'm talking mostly like competitive scenarios, of course. I just wonder if like if these algorithms will be able to crunch the numbers at a bigger scale or faster to help with things like menial balancing from patch to patch.
Do you now? The tales walk tall ahead of you, Wanderer. Tell me, are you worthy of them?
I would show you.
And I always wonder how they balance. Wow, like when they nerfed Guardian Druid so many times, what was their like why? They're like, well, Guardian's doing more than everyone else.
We make for the hunting grounds.
Yeah, but how did that happen? Was that just, did someone fuck up the math at the beginning? Like, I wonder how that happens. Not to shit on anyone. That's not what I'm saying. It's just, Guardian got nerfed what feels like 3 or 4 patches in a row at the beginning of the X-Pack, and I wondered, like, okay, so maybe you released the X-Pack and you said, you know what, you made a mistake with the math. Guardian's got to get a little bit nerfed. So you nerfed it the first time. Then the second patch comes out and you're like, you know what, we made a mistake with the math. Guardian's got to get nerfed. Oh, and the third time it happens, you know what, we made a mistake with it. I was like, wait a minute, how does it work? And I'm not saying that, like, you guys suck at balancing. I'm just like, I wonder, I can't remember a time, and there probably has been examples where the same class was nerfed multiple times, patch after patch after patch. It happened a bunch, and it's just probably been multiple cases of that happening in different classes. Like, oh my god, Hunter got nerfed 3 patches in a row. I'm sure it's happened, but it's like, what's happening in the behind the scenes where they're like, after the first or second attempt, they're like, nah, we still fucked up, we gotta patch it again. I'm so curious. I've been thinking about that for so long.
We must often remind them otherwise. Let's see what you can do.
Just because there's got to be some kind of what I imagine is happening is once it gets in the players' hands and they start looking at the data from raids, Mythic Plus, whatever, they're like, okay, this is a huge outlier. Like, Guardian by far is like 40% ahead of everybody else. That we have to do something about this. So they do, but I wonder, is it just not a big enough player pool when they're testing it, and that's how they miss it? Or, like, how do they miss it so many times, I wonder? And then at the same time, like, you'll hear, like, someone be like, Survival Hunter sucked for, like, 3 X-Packs. It's like, again, how do they miss it for so long? Is it I can't feel like it's intentional. And I'm not shitting on them. I'm curious, like what actually happens. Because in my mind, these developers are like, this sounds silly, they're like superhuman, where I don't understand how the game works. I'm just Neanderthal. I just press button and I get to play as Winston. I don't know how any of the back end works. They just allow me to play as Winston. So to me, they're magicians. They just make it all work. I show up, I press button on PC, PC makes noise, PC turn on. Me no understand how PC work. Me just play PC. So when they're like balancing and doing this stuff, I'm like, hey, the Overwatch guys, look, they're brilliant. They're wizards because they're able to figure. Not only are they able to make the game, they balance it. They look at the numbers. They understand what it means. They know how to make it better, more fun. So when stuff like this happens, I'm like, damn, like, how?
They were
because like they're so smart.
Set out to protect our land and died well, with honor. The ancestors say you must avenge them. Do so, and you will have their blessing.
And then I wonder, is someone getting yelled at?
A great and terrible beast.
Because they fucked up.
It has plagued the steppes all season, laying waste to crops, caravans, and warriors alike. Bring me its head as an offering to our ancestors. Then we
go in here? We go in this dungeon? It's the dungeon? Or we just go beneath?
I will wait here for you to return.
This is the same thing every season, by the way. This isn't new. I just don't play warriors very often. Yeah, it's a dungeon. Yeah, so like every class has a quest like this. Yeah, I just wonder. I don't know. And then they keep introducing new characters. The new character looks actually pretty cool, but I wonder if when whoever does the new voice for the character got the gig, I wonder if anyone told her, and I imagine it's a female that does the voice, look, we got some weird fans, just so you know, the character's not out yet, and there's already like 300 pages of pornography about this character. It's just how it is. Welcome to the club. This is Overwatch. I wonder if like that they told them that.
What a great ugly thing it is. Glorious.
It's the weirdest thing. Don't get
I will
this.
deliver this to the Forge Master. When you are ready, return to us in Ked Bardu. And
I remember
congratulations, warrior of the Oxen tribe.
It became a meme or something because one of the guys posted a thing that Overwatch became the most searched category on pornography websites. I think when it first came out, and to this day, I think it still is like the most. It's crazy. People make jokes that Overwatch is just a gateway to pornography. It's ridiculous how, for whatever reason, obsessed that community is with like making naked characters. It's insane, and it's such a meme. And classes are always tuned for end of the expansion gear. Are you talking about Diablo? Or WoW? You're talking about WoW. Stray, it's so nice to see you. My god, what a great day today ended up being. Everybody's showing up today. Today was a short stream. That's why we're just playing Diablo, but... Stray, have you played this new season yet? It's okay so far. Any Blizz game, really. Yeah, that makes sense. Although I have to say, even with all the nerfs to Guardian, I don't know if you're playing WoW this time around, but I took a little bit of a break. Like, not intentionally. I'm like, I'll play WoW tonight, and then like the night I just get tired, and then I don't play. So like, it ended up being like a week or two before I ended up playing WoW again. But I started playing like a few days ago again, and Guardian seems pretty strong, even with all the nerfs. I know Guardian got nerfed, and it did get nerfed. You feel less damage, but I mean, it's still crazy strong. I still feel very strong on my druid, I have to say, you know. Yeah, that makes sense though. That I feel like that's the only way you could tune classes would be for endgame. I guess not. I guess you could do separate. You could tune them for leveling, but the leveling is so quick. Are there games where you have good balancing for the leveling experience and for the endgame experience? Because I feel like it's common to have decent balancing for endgame, but leveling... I'm so sorry to hear that. I hope you feel better soon. That really sucks.
Demon blood stains the axe from half to head. The blood of fiends who fed on children of Ariat. I'm sure it intrigues them draws them to worship, like all things foul and profane.
Well, I hope you get well soon, man. That's being sick's never fun.
Welcome, kindred warrior. Katra tells me she's never seen such skill, that you must be an ancient reborn.
God, look at us. We're just Twitch is popping off today, huh? If any of you guys have one friend, we're one person away from unlocking an achievement, which gets us like VIP stuff and all kinds of fun stuff on Twitch. We're one follow away. So if anyone is lurking, or anyone on Twitch has a friend, or if you're on YouTube and you're watching this, if you have a friend or you don't follow on Twitch and you're able to follow, we're one singular person away. And that one person would push us over the edge. I think even if you follow and then unfollow like 48 hours later, it still gives us the achievement. If you even want to do that. Just saying, I forgot about that until I saw Miss Levy pop up, but... alright. Brawler cash. Ooh, we got a legendary, boys. Yeah, I've not been ignoring WoW because I'm like, I don't want to play WoW. It's just, you know, I'll do the dishes and then we'll have dinner and then I'll say, all right, let's play some WoW. And by the time dinner's over, I'm just like lying there. I'm like, I'm just tired. I just don't want to play. I can't focus. And then I just don't play. And then the following day, I'm like, I will play WoW today. And then something happens, and then it's like, all right, it's time to play. And I'm like, God, I just want to stare at something. I don't want to have to like engage. Normally, I'm not like that. Normally, I'm not like, I just want to stare at the TV. But I've just, the past like 2 or so weeks, probably just because the cat and stuff, I've just been like gassed out. But it's nice to play games again. I miss it so much. By the way, random thought, friends. But if you like horror movies, it wasn't that horror, it wasn't that scary, but it was a fun horror movie. The Autopsy of Jane Doe. Check out The Autopsy of Jane Doe. It was Emile Hirsch and Brian Cox. And it was a cool cast, but the story was so original. I don't want to spoil anything. But Brian Cox is he's not a mortician. It's like he does autopsies. What do you call an autopsy doctor? Anyways, he does autopsies. And his son does them with him. He has a family business. And his son is giving him a hand. His son doesn't want to do that for a living, but his son is just like, he's working alone. It's late at night. I'll give him a hand. Done. Hey, Torin. It's so nice to chat. Again, I appreciate you giving me so much of your time today. Sincerely. Like, you really, as always. So it's called the, what did I just call it? I already forgot the name of it. Anyways, yeah, The Autopsy of Jane Doe, I think it's called. Very, very cool, yeah. So, in short, Jane Doe is found, the corpse is found. They're like, it's a very weird place for the corpse to be found. We want to try to find out why it looks like this. Let's check into it. As they're examining the corpse, they're like, nothing about this makes sense. She's decaying, like her insides look decayed, but the outside looks completely normal. It looks like she was burned alive, but her skin is completely fine. And that's all I'll say. And as they're doing the autopsy, they're like, this is not what it seems. Something about this is strange. And it's a fun horror movie. It was really original. You're in and out in like an hour and 20 minutes or so. It's like maybe an hour and a half at most. And it was fun. It's on, I think I watched on Amazon Prime. So if you have Amazon, or if you like have Amazon Prime, you have like the Amazon Video for free or whatever. You can watch it for free. The Autopsy of Jane Doe. If you're into horror, supernatural horror, it was a pretty original story. It was pretty cool. There's like not a lot of original stories anymore. It was fun. It felt like a fun Saturday night kind of horror movie. Yeah, that and Weapons. I saw Weapons. Weapons, which was written by, if you know The Whitest Kids You Know. I used to love The Whitest Kids You Know. The Whitest Kids You Know was a improv group. They did like skits, sort of like College Humor, if you know what College Humor is. You can. And what's funny is on Twitch right now on Twitch, right now on YouTube, The Whitest Kids You Know channel runs 24/7, just going through all the seasons. Season 1, it's like Key and Peele. From season 1 all the way to like whatever the last season is, then it restarts and goes all over again. So you could just tune in and just catch a skit right in the middle and just always playing. It's very fun. But one of the creators, one of the original writers of Whitest Kids You Know, started writing horror movies. And he wrote Barbarian, and he wrote Weapons, and Weapons is pretty cool. Barbarian was cool, but Weapons is pretty cool. So I recommend that as well. They're both pretty cool movies. Weapons wasn't as good as people made it seem. People really hyped it up, but again, it was pretty cool. I was guessing till the end. As I was watching it, I didn't know what it was about. I was impressed. And the girl, I think, won an Oscar for Weapons. Very rarely are horror movies winning Oscars for anything. So the fact that, like, this comedy writer wrote a horror movie, directed and wrote it, and then the actor in it won an award. That's huge. What a compliment that is, right? Like, because horror is not seen as like a respectable art form, not compared to like drama and stuff. People just see horror as like cheap thrills, which is sort of true to a degree. But I think horror can be respectable. Like, you look at Psycho, you look at Seven. There are some respectable horror movies. I think The Shining is one. There are some pretty good horror movies. Alien, right? Like, I still think Alien is like one of the scariest movies I've ever seen. It's so frightening, Alien. Is it right here? Oh, what's the legendary one? Why is that legendary? What does that mean? I know we're supposed to be doing... We're leveling quite slow, but we're having fun, I'll be honest with you. We could level faster than this, but it's fun to just mess around. What I learned is, if you optimize too much, you often optimize the fun out of something. What is this now? What's this thing around us? Is this guy? Is it this guy we just killed? Oh, but what I was gonna say is the guy that made Weapons, the writer of Whitest Kids You Know, he's working on the latest Resident Evil. His trailer for Resident Evil just dropped, and it looks pretty good. Because the Mia Jovovich one, everybody knows wasn't very good. Don't get me wrong, I saw every single one of them. I saw all 8 Resident Evils with her. I don't care. I was excited to see them, because if it was no Resident Evil, or that Resident Evil, I'm happy to see Resident Evil in the theaters. But they weren't very good movies, all things considered. I was just happy Resident Evil was getting some love, like mainstream love, from like society that wasn't related to video games. This is insane, bro. Barbarians are so strong. Wow, man. Like, we still have 9 points still to use. I heard Spielberg's movie. Spielberg, I've heard, made a movie about aliens, I think. Recently, I think. Oh, we got Candle in the Dark already. That's amazing. We're leveling that up so fast. See, this is the thing, like... One sec, I'll show you what I mean. By us leveling slow. We're only level 26, almost level 27, but we're progressing other stuff quite fast. Some of the longer to grind systems, we're sort of multitasking. So while we're not hitting 60 immediately, by the time we hit 60, we're going to have to do less catching up, because we're sort of just leveling simultaneously some of the more endgame systems. Like the seasonal reputation thing, for example. One sec, I just don't want to die. But, like, see how right now we're draining... We're about to fill up our bar as well. But right now, these guys... If you can see, he's Effie the Executioner, whatever his name is. He's a special mob because the person filled up their bar of hatred or whatever. So that wasn't even us. But we're about to fill up our bar as well. When our bar fills up, we'll also get another special mob, just like this one. These orange mobs, as you can see here, they're special because they drop extra gear, legendary gear, higher quality gear for the zone. So it's... You want to kill them, especially at lower levels, because what they drop is fairly significant as far as upgrades go. So to be able to get one from the gentleman that's here, and now I'm about to summon one myself, it's like we're sort of feeding each other extra loot. And that's something that I think... That's something that really stood out to me about Diablo. Maybe it's in Path of Exile 2, I'm not sure. But it really hurt classic WoW that you couldn't share mob tags. I like the idea of just being close enough to someone that you get credit for the kill. It is the opposite of the toxic behavior of sniping kills. Because in classic WoW, if I hit something before you do, you can't get credit for it. That sucks. That feels bad. And it's a way to... like, punish people or mess with them. You can sort of troll people. If you tag a mob they're about to hit, you get credit for it. But they have aggro. That sucks. So hopefully someone's near us, because the big boy's about to spawn in a second, because we just filled up our bar. So what's going to happen is the bar just filled up. That's why I made that noise with like the flutes or whatever. This bar, as you can see, is rapidly depleting. As soon as it reaches 0, the big boy's going to spawn. But thankfully we have help, because we're quite weak. So whoever's here with us is going to one-shot this guy. He's going to spawn in about 15 seconds or so. For those that don't play Diablo, you can't die here. If you die, you lose a good portion of these things that you've built up, and you lose this progress on this bar. So you have to try to not get killed, because it's quite punishing. Most things in Diablo are not punishing like that, just this one specific Helltide. Not this specific Helltide, but Helltides, which is an event you can do on maps. Dying is not the end of the world, but it does suck to lose some of the currency every time you die. I was watching a streamer 2 days ago, maybe, play the new season, and he was doing Helltides. I think he was up to like 5,000 or 6,000, maybe it was 9,000. It was like an unheard of number. I didn't even know it could go that high. It was disgusting. And people were joking. Someone in chat said, you gotta spend those embers. You're gonna lose them. Someone said he'll be dead in 6 seconds. And he died. He died in like 6. He lost it all, and he started grinding again. He wasn't farming it. He wasn't farming embers. He was just farming the Helltide for XP. But I guess he was just so good at the game, he didn't even realize. If I had like 9,000 or whatever the hell he had, I'd be panicking. Oh my god, I have so many. It's more than you could use in the zone anyway. It's more than you'd ever be able to use, but it's just so many to lose. That would hurt so much. But he wasn't, that's not the game he was playing. He was just grinding, so it like didn't even matter to him. It's just so funny how we're playing completely different games. Like when you watch some of these pro Diablo guys play, like they're playing such a different game. And they're doing it on hardcore. Single self-found hardcore. And they're power leveling faster than I could level on normal. Here's another legendary one. God, the legendary ones are everywhere. I want to stop, but they keep popping up. I'm so distracted. I keep just seeing these things. I'm like, a piece of candy. Ooh, a piece of candy. Alright, after this one, we'll go. Like, I know I keep saying that. But it's fun to keep doing these. Alright. I think after this, though, we should... Definitely gotta sell stuff. There's another chest. There's 2 chests here. We'll get these chests after. We have enough to clear every chest here, pretty much. The chests will give us XP, honestly. Oh, the big boy, that's gonna be sketchy. He's gonna kill me. I need help with this. 2 guys? Bro, I'm gonna need help. If someone's not here to help us, we're dead. We're gonna lose all these. Do we have a new whisper? We filled up our whispers again. That's more XP. That's what I was about to say about us being here. It seems like a waste of time, but that was a thought I was going. I'm gonna get out of here really quick. We'll come right back with our points. We have time. We have 33 minutes. Yes, we're leveling slow. Whoa, I just noticed something. They changed something. This X-Pack. Oh my god, they just changed something. I keep saying this X-Pack. I mean this patch. Look what they changed. I didn't notice this before. Oh my god. I know I'm all over the place, but listen. I'll explain. I haven't lost my train of thought. Before, how this worked, this is a welcome change. I'm really happy to see this. Do you see how it says we have 11 out of 10? if we had 10 out of 10 and I was in the middle of combat, so this is how this works. You have to fill this bar up and you can go collect stuff here. Right here. You fill stuff up, or you fill this bar up by doing events, like at Helltides, for example. So if we look at the Helltides, let's find a Helltide right here. So if you do an event, like let's say, God, there's like nothing here on the map. It's a problem right here. It gives you 1 Grim Favor. This one gives you 5 Grim Favors. I think you need 10 Grim Favors total. So if you do this, and you do another dungeon, let's say you do this, and you do a dungeon for 5. Fills it up immediately. You go hand it in, you go get your Grim Favors. But let's say you did this, and you need 1 more. Let's say you have 9 out of 10 Grim Favors, but you end up doing this, which gives you 3. If you complete this and you have 9 out of 10 Grim Favors, the other 2 Grim Favors you would earn just disappear. You don't get bonus Grim Favors. It doesn't go towards your next bar. You just lose them. That's how it used to be. If it was 9 out of 10 and you collected 3, it's still 10 out of 10. That's it. Right now, what it's showing is we have 1 over a full bar. I feel like if we keep doing these, it will say 13 or 14 out of 10. So now when I hand this in, instead of it saying 0 out of 10, it'll say 1 out of 10. If I had 14 out of 10, if I were to hand this in, it would say 4 out of 10. So they allow you to carry over your Grim Favors, which is nice, because very often, as you're filling up the bar, chances are you'll have like 8 out of 10, and then you'll do an event, and the event will give you like 3 or 5. And it sucks to have to lose those extras, just because you only needed 2 to reach 10. And I know this is super in the weeds for people that don't play Diablo, but it feels like you're throwing away effort and being punished for no reason other than like them just saying that. So for them to allow you to carry it over, it feels like a bit less of a wasted effort, maybe. I don't know. It's nice. It's nice. It's nice to say like, hey, anything that you do, if it overfills the bar, we'll keep it in a placeholder until the bar empties, and then we'll add it back to like fill up the bar again. Like here, 1 out of 10 now. Normally that would just say 0. So it's nice that they allow you to sort of like have a savings account of Grim Favors until you go hand it in. Otherwise, what people would often do is if they had 9 out of 10, they would literally look at the map saying, this gives you 3. I want to save that. I don't want to waste 3 because I only need 1. That gives you 1. We'll go do that one instead. Now you don't have to worry. Now whatever you find, you do it. If it gives you 3, you hold on to 2 after. Like it's such a little thing that people probably don't even realize. But if you're getting really deep in the weeds with the game, it's a huge quality of life improvement. That's a really big quality of life improvement. And just seeing that, and I know I'm taking forever to explain this.
1 eternity later.
I love that we can do that. It's so much fun. I know I'm taking forever to explain this, but the fact that they thought to do that means someone's listening. It means someone's actually playing the game they're making. That's what that means to me. When someone on the dev team thought to do that, it means that they're paying attention to Reddit or Twitter or YouTube. Like someone's listening, and I like to see that. I'm very impressed by that because it seems like a lot of the time these devs are tone deaf, and they're making a game for an audience that's not playing it. But clearly someone cares, and I'm just, it's nice to see again, because it used to be like that, but it felt like it hasn't been like that for a while. And I don't just mean with Diablo, I mean a lot of games. It feels like a lot of games, the devs are tone deaf and like not paying attention to what people want. With that being said, like, look at Sony, right? Like, maybe Sony did it for money, but it's a big PR flop right now, at least. And it could be they could be playing the long game. For those that don't know, I think Sony officially announced they're no longer they're going straight digital. No more physical copies, no nothing. People, I think, are making a bigger deal out of it than it is, just because it was my understanding that even when you have a physical disc, it's just giving you access to the code. It's not really, is there data on the disc? Maybe there is. But like some of them have like DRM or whatever where you can't access the data without is there a way to like hack around that and remove it? I'm not sure. But it just felt like it was going that way for a long time. So I'm like not too surprised that Sony finally did it. And I feel like their long-term game we'll be the first ones to say it. People will throw a stink. In the end of the day, they'll still buy GTA 6. I think it's sort of like, you know, insert politician or insert celebrity, or like online, everybody's like, this person sucks. And then when you anonymously vote or do something, you know, behind closed doors is a different story. So with the PS5 or PS6 thing, they're like, it's all digital games. You know, everybody and their mom is like, this is terrible. I'm never buying a PlayStation again. This is the worst. But then at some point, you know, PlayStation 6 or GTA will still sell like 300 gazillion copies. And it's like, well, some of those people that probably said they weren't going to buy it probably bought it and are not telling their friends. So they're like protesting online but still buying it. I feel like that's a lot of the time. And I feel like that's what Sony is hoping for. Sony is hoping people are going to say one thing online but do another in reality. Who knows? I don't know. My logic is, if they want to play that game, that's fine, but I mean, you can't get mad if people pirate, right? It is what it is. You could say it's illegal at the end, kick and scream and say it's illegal until the end of time. You got a bunch of dinosaurs working in the government. Like, they're going to understand what the hell's going on. They're hiring the bad guys to say, we can't figure out what the hell's going on. Will you please help us figure this shit out? Like, that's the game we're playing. That's the game we've always played. The bad guys are always smarter than the good guys, because being a bad guy pays more money. So the good guys hire the bad guys to say, help us figure this shit out, because you've been running circles around us. Whether it's drug dealing, growing drugs, making drugs, hacking, stealing stuff, like it's always the bad guys that figure it out. The good guys are like, all right, will you join us? Can we pay you to help us figure out how this stuff operates? Because, like, I just feel like they're always a step behind. And I feel like it's going to be the same thing with Sony. I imagine pirating is just going to get easier. Torrents are just going to get easier. And I think all these video game companies are going to have to change the way they do business. I think I don't know if younger generations are going to care to not steal. Younger generations may just say, fuck it, we're pirating everything. We're not buying stuff anymore. Because they grew up in a world, the younger generation has now grown up in a world where these companies have been evil their whole life. There's never been a time where Sony's been the good guy for them. Sony, Nintendo, they're just litigious, shitty old dinosaurs. That's all they are. They're nothing but anti-fun, greedy corporations. When we grew up, they were the cool guys. They were counterculture. They were awesome. They would have commercials where they'd say, let's open a can of whoop ass. They'd be cursing on TV. They'd have Tony Hawk showing up at award shows. The video game companies aren't that anymore. They're like hardcore corpo Andes. Like, no one wants this anymore. Nintendo being the worst offender. So I don't think the younger generation looks at Nintendo the way we looked at Nintendo. So they probably have more of an anarchist mentality of like, fuck it, fuck the corporations, we'll just download shit illegally. And I think Sony knows that. And I think a lot of these companies know that. So they're saying, let's do what we can today to make money in the old system, which is like making it digital only, making it subscription-based services. Because I have a feeling, and talking out of my ass, and someone can shit all over me, that's fine. I think that nobody knows what the new business model is yet. I think things are still too new, and I think we're still trying to figure out, what does the modern world look like? What does this world now where everybody has AI in their pocket, or whatever you want to call it, language models or ChatGPT or whatever it is. What does this world look like? What do sales look like in this world? What does ownership look like in this world? I don't know, and I don't think anybody has that answer yet, because I think it's still happening in real time. What does the business model of video games look like in a world where... And I'm not saying you can do this today, but I wonder if they know the new business model. It is what PC is, which is like Steam, you mean? Like a Steam kind of store? I saw a guy create... Did you see the guy create the World of Warcraft server where there were no players? It was just him and a bunch of NPCs, but they acted like players. They were arguing in trade chat. They were running dungeons. But it was just him. He created it in, like, Claude or something. He coded it in Claude or something like that. when I saw that, it just made me think, like, is this what the future is gonna hold, where people start creating. They sort of steal stuff, in the sense of they're like, hey, we created our own Fortnite server, come join, and then you're just on a private Fortnite server. I'm sure you can already do that. I'm sure some games already allow you to have private servers, like Ark and stuff like that, but I don't think all games do, like WoW doesn't. But I wonder if you'll be able to just not play an official WoW server, but just say, like, we coded something that's running localized on my PC, and here is how you can join, and it's just like the 5 of us playing on this WoW server together. Not that that's the full future, but just having the capability to do that, I feel like gives power to more people than they had before. And it's not that you couldn't have learned to code before, but I think the idea of coding, like playing guitar, was too overwhelming to most people. But if you can just say to a computer, hey, make me a game where I can play as an elf and make the elf super jacked, and every time I kill something, I get stronger, and like, you could literally talk to it like that. It's just, I've watched... it's called AI for Humans. It's a podcast. I watched Kevin Pereira, who was on Attack of the Show, G4 TV, if you guys know what that is. He has a AI for Humans podcast. He just talks about all the fun, crazy stories going on in the world related to, like, all these language models and stuff. And I think they were showing Claude. I thought it was Claude or something else. And they said, it's amazing how you can talk to it. Now, they taught it, essentially, when they developed it. They said, like, can you make the background green, and could you put a picture of me and my dog in the front with a short description explaining that I'm a local dentist and I want to help children that are underprivileged, and I'll offer half price off for anyone that's an underprivileged child that needs dentist work. And just putting that prompt, it just says, pops in a background, pops in an image with you and your dog, pops in a description. Like, you're not coding it, you're telling it, like, you're using human language. Can you make the menu bigger, please? And can you also add the About Me section in between About Me, and in between this, I want a bio. And when we highlight the About Me section, can you make it flash orange so people know what they're highlighting? Like, it sounds weird to be able to talk to a program like that, and it sort of does it. But I was watching one of the gentlemen make a website like that. He was like, can you make the background bigger? Okay, now can you please add a thing at the top where it says About Me followed by a bio? Can you change the size of the text a little bit smaller? Can you make it Comic Sans? It's just nuts. Like, it's removing the return to collect the reward. You have to go back already? Bro.
It is done.
Yeah, we finished the quest. We can go back now. It's giving the ability to people that normally don't have that knowledge, the opportunity, even if it's like shitty, to be able to do stuff like that. But I'm curious, what do you mean by, like, the business model is PC? I'm sorry, I've been rambling. I'm sorry. I gotta get a soundboard for rambling. Like, the one eternity later. I should get, again, like, it's always SpongeBob. There's probably one, I thought there was one where the guy says, shut up! Something like that. I should get that, too. When I start rambling. Or, oh, brother, this guy stinks is just a classic. That is, like, the amount of times I say that in a week to the missus, she's so over it. Oh, brother, this guy stinks! It's just the funniest... It is the funniest quote SpongeBob has ever done. And it's like a meme. Everybody knows it. I love it. I think it's when he does a stand-up comedy. Why does he have a quest now for us?
A moment, child.
Do you need my aid?
I wish I didn't, but I had a curate, Simon. Some weeks ago, he left in the company of a strange man.
Is this Lore Walker Cho?
I've heard from him since, and it's unlike him.
I think this is Lore Walker Cho.
Do you know where he went?
Here, he's written in this page of his journal. Always leaving these papers behind.
It's the laugh
Man has come to our small town. Many people pass
and
through.
the stuttering. Sounds like Lore Walker Cho.
About this one. Something enigmatic.
Look at how much we filled this up already. We just started this. Look at
The
this.
swordsman has invited me to journey with him. There are places filled with knowledge, he says. Well, I mean to fight them. We will make camp at the decaying farmstead.
East of here. This quest? Right here. King Farmstead. So this is what I was saying. We're not leveling super fast. We're only level 31. We could have been 70 by now probably. But while we're not leveling super fast, look at how much we just started today. Look at how far down we are here already. This is the whole season. This is the entire season. You get a mythic when you complete this. Look how much progress we've already made in the entire season just from doing this. So yeah, we're slowly leveling. We're not level 70 yet. But when everybody else is grinding through the season, we just get to farm gear. We could play alts. We could do whatever we want. Well, we'd fill this out passively anyways, but it's nice to have all this stuff, especially so early on, because this is like XP boosts. This is an XP boost. This is an XP boost, XP boost, XP boost. It's nice to have these boosts now, because I don't really need this later. If I can get this character fast to 70, and especially if this guy's really overpowered, what we can do is we can just funnel gear to our alts. The thing that makes Diablo and WoW, the one thing that I've always really liked about their games, and this seems to be common with Blizzard, they seem, and maybe more recent years, because this was never the case before, they understand that we like to speed up the second playthrough, and we like to funnel stuff to our alts. For a long time, they didn't seem to understand that for whatever reason. Or they did, and they just ignored it, because they thought, well, they'll play more games if they can't funnel stuff to their alts. But we still play as much as we always did. We just have a better time, because you don't have to grind as much. We get to the fun part faster. Because instead of having to grind to get the gear on alts, we can funnel to our alts and just get to the fun stuff. And I'll still play just as much as I would if I was grinding. I'm just less miserable. Because now I get to just have fun instead of grind until I can have fun. Don't get me wrong, grinding is fun. Grinding has a place. But I don't like doing the same grind over and over again. I don't mind grinding for reputations. Honestly, I think a lot of people hate grinding. I actually like grinding. I sort of have like the Joker mentality in The Dark Knight where, and this is true, I don't like getting the thing I'm grinding because it feels like I don't have anything to do now. As insane as that sounds, but you're like, but the whole reason why you're grinding is to get the thing. But like the Joker says in The Dark Knight, I'm like a dog chasing the tire. I don't want to catch it. I don't know what I would do if I caught the tire. I just like the chase. And that's me with grinding. Because every time after, I would go after the Insane title, Insane in the Membrane. So I got Nolly the Insane. I'm like, nice, I got my title. And then I got really depressed. Because I'm like, now what do I do? When I'm in the mix, and I'm filling the bar, and I'm working towards a goal, it feels great. Once I reach the goal, it's like super depresso. Because now I just got nothing to do. I have the thing I wanted, but the chase was always more fun than getting it itself. So I like grinding. But my point is, like, to have to do the same grind over and over again, that gets boring. I'd rather have a new grind. So that's why I'm grateful for, like, the BOA stuff. Because I can still grind for new stuff, but I don't have to do the Timbermaw grind every time I make an alt. That's rough. That feels like a job. And that's what a lot of Classic WoW is. And I don't know if taking that away in Classic Plus would hurt the experience. I think it would benefit the experience. I know you Classic Andes are like, we want Classic to stay Classic. It's the grinding that makes it special. For sure. But I don't know if grinding Timbermaw rep for the third time, asking your friends who don't need it, can you come spend 16 hours with me killing bears, fighting with other people and bots that are also trying to kill the same bears? Can we spend 16 hours, 3 or 4 days, killing the same mobs while fighting with other people, fighting over respawns? It just doesn't feel like peak gameplay to me. I feel like there's a better way to do it. It feels like that worked maybe in 2004. In 2026, I think it's antiquated and we need to find a better way of handling something like that. And I imagine Classic Plus will. And when I say this, it sounds like I'm like anti-Classic. I'm not. It's just, I've done it so many times now that I'm over it. The raids are always fun. Molten Core is always fun. Rock Dalar is always fun. Grinding for best in slot gear, that's the best part of Classic WoW. It's so much fun running the dungeon, Scarlet Monastery, and then running Skolamance, Strathalome, and getting Benediction, getting your priest, their staff, and helping the hunter kill the demons. Like, it's so much fun. That part's not bad, but like running around Silithus, at 3 o'clock in the morning because there's too many bots and you're trying to find the last Black Lotus so you can make a potion for raid. It is the MMO experience, but I think there's diminishing returns to that as well. I think the first few times maybe it's exciting. After that, it just becomes like Netflix is on another screen. I'm just putting in hours. If that makes sense.
What is this?
And someone said to me, I don't remember who it was, PoE 2
My companions
is
harsh to many.
better for stuff like that. It's less, it's grindy, but
As a scholar, as hungry for knowledge as I am. He knows things
and we'll talk over this one
to
sec.
seek out, and he is generous. Some scholars jealously guard all the things they know. Not him. I have asked that we pass by the statue of revered Tybalt, and though I can see he chafes at such a thing, he has granted my request.
Someone told me PoE 2 was sort of like a treadmill, an endless grind, but they said the difference is it feels a little bit more meaningful than Diablo does. Diablo gets to a point where it sort of feels just like a treadmill, much like the other one, but the power upgrades or whatever in Diablo compared to Path of Exile are less significant. You don't notice it as much as you keep leveling, versus in PoE 2 you seem to notice it a little bit more, and you sort of feel more motivated to keep grinding. I don't know if that's true. I've not played it myself. I tried to play PoE 2 one time when it was a trial run. It looked cool, but it wasn't running very well on my PC, so I just gave up. But I've heard that it's not a better experience in D4, it's a different experience in D4. People seem to say both are equally good games, so I'd be curious to try it one time. And I know it goes on sale for quite cheap. Like, last time it was on sale, it was like $19 or something, which isn't horrible, but I wouldn't want to buy it if my PC can't play it. Oh, I left, but I gotta sell stuff anyways. We can go right back there in a second. Look at all these we've unlocked. Look at this, crazy, dude. It's nuts how much we've done already. We're almost done the first rank already, just from today. We'll do an Undercity run, visit a blacksmith, repurpose items, temper and a fix. We get that too. That's worth it. We'll do that right now. We can get these bonuses. We'll absolutely do it right now. Like I said, leveling slow, but we're really playing the metagame right now. Where we've lost some progress on levels, we've moved quite significantly through the overall like meta of the season. But right now, look, we have 2 extra right here, XP, and here's more XP. Look at all that XP, so now we're 32. Now let's hit these XPs right here. Now we're 34, so that helped a bit. And we got all these goodies as well. Diablo seems like an easier game than PoE 2, I'll be honest, but people say where Diablo's more superficial, PoE goes like deeper into like the nerddom, which is fair. I mean, I would try both eventually if my PC can handle it. But now we got new memory. Maybe it was a memory issue. I don't know. The one thing, though, that people seem to agree with me of, which is strange, I posted a clip saying, I wish Diablo would have... I don't like that PoE 2 is so, like... you have to pay for every little thing. But the one thing I like that they did is they did give druids many different skins. And you could look like a crocodile or an anteater, or you're still a druid, but you don't have to be a bear. And I said in the clip, everybody likes transmog, even God of War, which is, in my opinion... I think we've now learned that God of War fans are like manly men. Not really, but, you know, they think like, I don't want a female in my game. I like playing as naked Kratos because I'm a man, and I feel it's homoerotic to play as Kratos. I don't know. But, you know, that's them. They're like freaking out because a girl is in God of War now or something. But even those guys like transmog. Even the manly men, right? Like, they like transmog. They like looking pretty. So, it sucks that Diablo It sucks that Diablo doesn't let the bear be anything else. The bear is only a bear, the wolf is only a wolf. I like that for whatever reason. I like that for whatever reason. Path of Exile said, you know what? Let's give them skins. Let's give the druid skins. No one ever thinks to give druid skins, ever. It's nice to have druid skins. WoW finally did it in Legion. It took forever. It took like 20 years for Blizzard to say, you know what? Maybe the one class that can't change the way they look wants to change the way they look like everybody else. So it was nice that PoE 2 thought of that. They said you can be a crocodile, you can be an anteater, you could be whatever you want, a hippo, who knows? There's a million different skins you can get. I hope we get that in Diablo, even if you have to pay for it. Like, you don't even give us the option to pay for it. It's crazy. Everybody can wear transmog, except for the druid. And I main a druid, so it sucks to have to be a bear all the time. I like bears. Don't get me wrong. I want to be a crocodile. I want to be something else. And apparently a lot of people agreed, because that clip did well enough that I think other people are also like, yeah, like I see his point. Like, you want to look you want to be glowy, you want to be cool, you want to look like something else, you want to be sick. You know what would be sick? Give us a gorilla. I want to be a gorilla. That would be sick. I know the Spirit Walker has a gorilla summon. You could still give a silverback look to the druid, and it would make sense, because silverbacks slam down like that. The silverbacks do this. Silverbacks do this more than bears do this. Bears do that, but silverbacks do it way more. And when a bear does it, a bear sort of does it like this. They sort of dive. A silverback actually smacks the ground like the pulverized druid does. Give us a silverback! Come on, it's so easy. The model's already there. Just literally change the fur to black. Just do that, and then just make the back part of it a little bit silver. Close enough, I'll take it. Jesus Christ. I will be the first one to pay for it if you do it. I promise. Oh my god. I just want my druid to look like something else. Please, I'm begging you.
This man, was he a swordsman with a companion?
Yes, with only one eye. His companion was better company.
Who's this for fighting? What else do you remember?
They were friendly with one another, but the swordsman hated outsiders.
I wonder if we're gonna learn who this is.
Awful things, doom and the end and demons. I asked him about it. I shall never forget his face. Terrible, demonic.
You know, if PoE 2 and Diablo had a baby, it'd make the perfect game, honestly.
Simon should have been in a library, not with...
Because I feel like they both do better at... Where one is weaker, the other one is stronger, and vice versa, I feel like. And maybe that's just maybe it's a tourist perspective, because I haven't played enough PoE 2. But looking at the overall core gameplay of PoE 2, it seems more difficult. It seems it has a deeper pool of skill that Diablo has. It seems like overall there's more game to be played there. Diablo feels a little bit more chill, a little more on tracks. I would love for both of the games to have a baby, where if you want to play superficially, you can play like Diablo, you can just play the baseline game. If you want to get real in the weeds, you could take it a step further and go into even more difficult torments, sort of like PoE 2, and start playing with like Elden Ring mechanics, essentially. I watch some people play PoE 2, and it's almost like they're playing a top-down Elden Ring, where the combat is slower, but like you have to dodge. You cannot stand in stuff. Excuse me, Diablo is sort of just a game of like, build enough mitigation that nothing means anything. That's sort of how you play Diablo, truthfully. Even at the highest difficulties, there's not really avoiding mechanics. It's just build enough shield, build enough health regeneration that there are no mechanics. I think that's intentional.
He said they sought sacred and hidden knowledge.
I think the average player of Diablo is like a dad gamer, right?
To remain with us.
They're not doing real mechanics.
He said if we changed our minds, they were venturing east to an underground camp marked by...
I just wonder, could they do both?
Other one. His name? You should know it.
Elias! All of this is Elias. Elias is back. Do you guys remember Elias? That's... Is it Lilith's kid, Elias? I can't believe he's back. That's shocking. This... I know I've been talking through this quest the whole time, but to be fair, it's taken a long time to get there. It's a lot of back and forth, a lot of meaningless nonsense. In short, there was this cult leader or whatever. We didn't know who it was. Or this person was writing notes, and it kept saying like an anonymous person. We didn't know who it was. And I had a feeling it would be someone that we met in the past. I thought it was going to be Lorath or Akarat. I didn't think it was going to be Elias. But Elias is cool. If you remember him from the previous game, I'm pretty sure it's Lilith's... I thought it was Lilith's son. Maybe not, though, but... Elias is like the... He's like... If it's who I think he is. He's all white, he's bald, he looks like a demon. I think it's... He's like really ghostly looking. I think he was standing with Lilith. I thought it was Elias who was standing with Lilith when the dogs were eating that guy alive. Remember when that guy was like dragging himself towards them and the dogs came out, demon dogs, and they were like ripping him apart as he was like screaming? And I think it was in the last X-Pack. It was probably one of the best cinematics of the whole game. I'm pretty sure that was Elias standing next to Lilith during that cinematic. Two simple cots lay in dust. Small collection of mostly used candles.
There's nothing here. No clue, no hint of Simon or Elias.
I don't know who Simon is. That's the thing.
What? Speak here.
What are you? Who are you? Tell me that's Elias. I thought he got his head chopped off Elias. And he's on the Tree of Whispers. Isn't that how he ended? Is Elias Rathma's kid? I'm pretty sure Elias was on, gotta take this thing's head. Rip his head off, I gotta kill him, I see. So we kill him, then take his head, I got it. Dead, grab his head. This is like a Baldur's Gate quest. You first find the guy. First you look for the clues. You don't find any clues, you find a corpse. You raise dead on the corpse. You speak to dead. The dead tells you, you need to use my head for a ritual, but I'm going to have to fight you. So then he becomes aggressive. You fight him. Goes back to cinematic mode. He said, I'm sorry. I'm not in control of myself. Please take my head. You start the ritual. Then we would take the head, start the ritual. Like this feels very Baldur's Gate to me. This quest.
Head goes there. Ready? Begin.
Speak to the Acolyte's head. Begin the ritual. I don't know why. This feels like a Baldur's Gate quest. We would do this, we would get the head, and the head would be talking to us the whole time. Sort of like, Mimir. The whole time the head would be wisecracking. So now we see...
With the absurd disguise, Elias. It cannot hide what I know lies.
Campbell, how did Elias get out? I'm telling you.
What do you hope to achieve? Your end, Elias. For you tamper with powers you don't understand and will doom us all with your arrogance. And I will act in accordance with my master's wishes.
Rathma ignored Sanctuary in his life and death. I would save it.
You know...
You will bring ruin. I will bring your ruin.
So, Rathma, I'm pretty sure, is on the Tree of Whispers. I don't know how he escaped, or if this happened before, I don't know. It's crazy.
Elias, are you still... Akarat, what happened?
assassin. I warned you our journey would be difficult. Come. We must leave now if we mean to reach Backwater in daylight.
Is he at Backwater? Is that where we're going? Backwater.
If Simon and Elias venture to Backwater, then so too shall I.
Level 35. Not bad. Got a lot of things here. I thought Elias was on the tree though. Earn rep. Reach Torment 1. Turbulent Warriors. You travel the Blackwater. Backwater. Great Axe. What is this? Another quest? You do this quest? Retrieve the Great Axe. Oh, we should do that quest first, I guess. Conquer a Nightmare Dungeon. Okay. Can't do Nightmare Dungeons yet because I guess we could. Probably have to be 74, but I guess not. Let's... is this the Elias quest? Is this something else? That's a Great Axe quest. Okay, we'll go here quickly. Then we'll add some talents as well. Here. Okay. I love our new. You can hear my cat screaming every time. I think it's my cat, but it's not. Okay, let's do this really quick. 1 out of 15 here. Berserking. Whirlwind 4 out of 5. This is the one thing that overwhelms me about Path of Exiles. It's even more complicated than this. I'd be afraid to get overwhelmed trying to figure that one out, man. It's crazy, but it does look like a fun game. Is this what we need? No, it's kick. We need the stomp, which is this one. Alright, next one. Skewer, berserking. Go here, we go skewer. Berserking, we got Whirlwind, 9 out of 15. And Tornado, cost damage bonus. Channel damage bonus. Tornado. And Fury Generation for here. Fury Generation, perfect. And next. Warcry, Mighty Roar. Warcry is here. Mighty Roar. And duration increase. Duration increase. And ferocity. Alright. We have channel damage bonus here? No? Which one is that? That's for Whirlwind. Do we have channel damage bonus? Yeah, we have it. Okay, we're good. Next one. Mighty Roar, 17 out of 15. Okay, we're filling this one up. 15 out of 15. Grab that. Okay. Challenging Shout. That's the skulls. Go. Sorry, guys. We're almost done. I know it's not the most exciting thing to do this. Duration bonus, damage bonus. Damage bonus, duration bonus. Is there one more, probably? Doesn't put anything here. What else was there? What? Max Warcry? Oh, I didn't see there was stuff down here. I see now. I fucked up. Max Warcry. So you put all the points into Warcry now. Then we need to get Call of the Ancients after, which is probably like down here. Yeah, it's way down here. Okay, so we put a bunch into Warcry. We have Mighty Roar. We have Duration Increase and Ferocity. That's it for now. Okay, we'll confirm. That's our talents for now. We're level 36. Very cool. We look at Kratos, actually. It's fun. Let's go do this quest first. Hopefully we have all of our abilities here as well. We're in the PvP zone, are we? That's strange. You're sending us to the PvP zone. I'm so curious what Torment, the new business model, it's what PC is. I also saw that Steam released. Whoa, that was big. Are these share cooldowns? The Challenging Shout and Warcry share cooldowns with each other? We just access that chest. I can just open that chest. Matter of fact, you're in the middle of this. You can just open chests. In regards to God, what was that guy's name? Rathma. It's funny because one of my friends, or like Dennis was here not long ago. He said, God, like when I first got into this game, there was a zone. I could show you on the map where it is, and it's a dungeon, and the dungeon essentially is the origin story of Rathma. Rathma is the first necromancer, I believe Lilith's son. I believe Rathma is one of Lilith's kids, and when you do his dungeon, which tells his origin story pretty much, you get to the end, and there's a door that's sealed. The door doesn't open. And a long time ago, like when I first got into Diablo, like a year plus or more, Dennis said a long time ago, I bet at some point this door will open and this story will continue and it will be part of one of the DLCs. And it hasn't happened yet, but they keep hinting at Rathma. They keep bringing him up, so I feel like at some point it is going to happen, because it makes sense, because it looks like the door leads to cut content. That's honestly what it looks like. It looks like the dungeon, because usually what happens when you complete dungeons is after you complete the dungeon, not a dungeon, these things. So once I finish this, I'll show you what it's called. It's different than a dungeon. There, we lost it. It's done. Okay, it's done. We'll fight this guy and I'll show you what I mean. Like an invasion point or whatever it is. See these right here, these strongholds. After you finish a stronghold, they're all over the map. These are strongholds. After you finish a stronghold, it becomes a place you can teleport to. It becomes a central hub. You could sell stuff, you could repair armor, you could teleport there. There's a bank, there's all kinds of stuff. This one with the Rathma origin story, it doesn't have a whole lot of vendors or anything, but it looks like the door would open and then lead to an area where vendors are. It's around here. This is where it is too. It's around is it not this? It is this one. It's this one. I think it's this one. This whole area is untouched. You clear this, and this looks like this would be an area. I think this is the part that opens. You can even see it on the map. I think right here is where you end, and the door is here, or the door is here. And as you can see, there's like parts of the map that looks like it's cut content. So this is where I think he was talking about. The doors would open here and like release you to here or here. And I feel like at some point this will be something, because when you finish this, it seems like you end right by the doors, and the doors don't open. And I never forgot that he said that, because it does feel like that. It really, really does. Like there's something missing. And I've just been so curious, like at some point, because the Rathma story is so good. And necromancers, they feel like some of the bread and butter of Diablo as a whole. So I'm just surprised that they're not exploring more of the Necro storyline. But maybe that's for time. Maybe that's still in the books, right? I don't know. Diablo 4 seems good enough. I don't see a benefit to coming out with Diablo 5 anytime soon. I think people would be more than happy to keep spending $40-something on a few more X packs. Give us some new systems, just give us upgrades, maybe a class or two, maybe some cool, like, just transmogs or cool grinds. I don't think we need a whole overhaul of a brand new game. I think the game has good bones. I think it can have a long life. It's just lots of different cool X packs and features. Just keep adding on to it. I don't know if we constantly... I feel like we could live in a world where, like, we can just keep adding X packs to games. We don't need to keep coming out with new numbers. Grand Theft Auto 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. When you want to do a full foundational shift, maybe come out with a new one. But if you're just... Like sort of like WoW does. I feel like WoW does a pretty good job of that. Like, they're just building on what they already have. The problem with WoW, though, is... And this is the problem that they've dealt with for a long time, is... You have so much content that just gets ignored when you build onto it. There has to be a way to include all the previous years of content and make it relevant again. Because if you did, look at how much content your game has. Like, I don't see that as a negative. And maybe I'm not a dev. Maybe this is an obvious thing that all video game Andys say. And then devs are like, you don't understand because you don't see it from our perspective. It's not realistic. And that's fair. Maybe I don't see what they see. But from my perspective, it's a shame that just WoW has so much content that you just breeze through and then never touch. So many dungeons, so many, and they bring it back with time walking and stuff, yes. But is there a way that we can bring it back more than just once a year? Is there a way that could be like actual content? Because it's there. I don't know what the solution is though, but I feel like that's a good business model for games moving forward. Because then you don't have to build like a WoW 2 every time, WoW 3, WoW 4. You're just like, nah, just a little bit of extra content plus all the previous stuff they have is still relevant. Or maybe I'm dumb. Maybe like this is such a glaring, obvious mistake with that, and I'm just not seeing it. But I don't know. I feel like it's a cool concept.
Decades with our war master, not a scratch. Days with the Triune shattered. Disgraceful.
See, the problem with us playing games like Diablo is we're yapping like a animal. It's awful, dude. Speaking fluent Japanese today, man. Because the game's not talking for us, that's why. Been giving you guys an ear beating for 2 hours and 50 minutes.
Like those found within the eastern crags. Silver quartz will mend the haft. It's a rare find within the caves to the north. Bring them to me, and we will show the Triune that Oxencraft endures.
It's funny because you think like after this ends, you know, I see the misses and I'm just like quiet. And she's like, why won't you talk to me? It's because I've been talking all stream. It's not that at all. I get off here. She's like, I need time to relax. Please, you just don't hit me with that. It's non-stop, dude. It is non-stop, I swear.
A barbarian of great deeds. An Oxen war master who stood taller than all others. She freed us from the Samaran and proved the strength of a warrior who would not kneel. Not all you see here were born of the Oxen tribe. Some found us, as you did, guided by fate.
I learned
They
something.
tell us of others who wander without a tribe. As for their fate, only the ancestors know.
That is... Who was I? Oh, I was talking to someone over the weekend. They said they were lactose intolerant, and I was lactose intolerant. That's interesting, you're lactose intolerant. And I found out that a lot of... Was it... I think they said Italians and Greeks are lactose intolerant. Pretty high percentage. I remember hearing a long time ago also that a lot of... What was it? I think East Asian. I was probably... I think both the black community and East Asian community, I think, are the highest concentration of lactose intolerance. And then at the same time, I think they said Eastern Europeans have the lowest concentration of lactose intolerance, meaning Eastern Europeans can digest lactase, while I think East Asians and Africans have the highest rate of not being able to digest it. And I think they said it's because over the years where they lived, they weren't drinking... or milk or dairy, stuff like that wasn't as prevalent in those areas, so they just they adapted to not drinking it as much. Versus Eastern Europe, I think they've had thousands of years or hundreds of years of cattle and dairy, and so that's why like they've adapted to drinking it. What I thought was fascinating was, I said, what in Mongolia, the nomads that live in Mongolia, they a lot of their diet is cheese or milk or stuff like that, because they're traveling with it, and that's all they eat is whatever they travel with. But then this is what I learned, because I didn't make the connection. Because they're traveling and because of where they live, a lot of their stuff has to be fermented. And the fermentation breaks down a lot of the lactase or whatever. So before they even eat it, it's essentially being digested before they even eat it themselves. So they don't have to worry about the lactose intolerance. So they probably are lactose intolerant, but they don't have to worry about it, because by the time they ingest their fermented foods, it's already been broken down, because it's like fermented foods. That's why like people that are lactose can eat like yogurt and stuff, because it's like it breaks it down a lot of the time where you don't get sick from it. They do make lactose-free yogurt, but generally people that have lactose intolerance can do better with things that are fermented versus things that aren't fermented. I just didn't make the connection, because I'm like, I've watched Human Planet, and they drink a lot of milk. They eat a lot of milk. They drink a lot of milk, but it's like fermented milk. It's warm fermented milk, and the fermentation, I think, is why they don't get sick from I thought that was fascinating, because like I have lactose intolerance, and I heard that Ashkenazi Jews have a high concentration of lactose intolerance, which is fascinating because we're Eastern European. So how come most Eastern Europeans can have milk, but then our small subset in Eastern Europe can't? What happened to us in Eastern Europe that we can't digest milk, but everybody around us can? I think it's because we have, like, our genetics come from elsewhere. I think that's what it is. It's fascinating stuff. Genes are so fascinating, man. It's crazy. And then I wonder if you have kids with someone that can digest it, but you can't, which gene carries over? What's the stronger gene? What are you having for dinner? The missus is not lactose intolerant. If we have kids, what gene is stronger? Could it be 50-50? Maybe you have two kids, one kid's lactose, the other one's not? Or do they both inherit the ability to digest it? I wonder. I don't know. I feel like it's probably a recessive trait. I would imagine evolutionarily it would make sense to be able to digest dairy as a dominant trait. Right? Exposure, I would guess, if consumed less of in history. Yes, that's correct. That's what they talked about pretty much. Yeah, they said like a lot of stuff like they said Africa, East Asia, they didn't have like cattle or whatever as early as the Europeans. The Europeans had a couple hundred years of like cattle or whatever longer before a lot of other places did. So that's why they think they had an easier time digesting it. They were consuming milk and cheese and stuff like that. Oh, nice. That's what you're talking about. You're talking about today, weren't you? Is that what you were talking about today? Or that was something else we were talking about today. That sounds good. Good. We recently got into turkey, and it's way easier to digest than red meat. It tastes similar enough. I mean, I haven't made chili with it yet, but I made hamburgers with turkey meat. It's close enough to red meat that it's like, for how little I suffer eating that digest-wise compared to eating red meat, it's almost worth just eating turkey. I'll eat red meat once in a while, don't get me wrong, but it's a lot harder to digest red meat compared to turkey. At least for me. I'm a terrible American. Half American. I know you guys love your red meat. I'm so bad at eating steak and stuff. Even yesterday, I wanted to celebrate the 4th of July. I wanted to make turkey burgers and have baked beans and do the whole thing, but the weather was so bad yesterday. I didn't want to go out in it. I'm just like, screw it. I'll just have pizza at home. It's easier. Very little requires beef. Fair. Have you made chili with it yet? I wonder, I feel like chili wouldn't be that bad, because for me, what carries the chili more than anything, I think, is the tomatoes, the garlic, the onions, the beans. Not even the beef itself. So I haven't tried it yet, but I want to try turkey chili to see how it is. I love chili, but like, Jesus, man, it's I can't eat it without getting like terrible indigestion, no matter how little I eat. And I feel like it's probably partially because of the red meat. Every time I eat red meat, I seem to like struggle with that. But chili is like, I didn't realize it's just like, it feels like such a superfood, because you're hitting so many quadrants of fiber, protein, micronutrients, macronutrients. There's so much in it that it's just like, it's such a good thing to eat, to make sure you're getting some of the things you might be missing throughout the week. Make my chili recipe this week, I'll let you know. Please do, man. Please do, because I'm not going to be making it for a little bit anyways, probably not till close to the end of the week at least, I would imagine, so I would love to have your recipe. Give me 1 sec, boys, because I did say today's a shorter stream. That's why we're partially playing Diablo today, because I didn't know when we'd have to call it. I just heard the boss get home, so I gotta see what the deal is. I'll be right back 1 second. My friends. I am sorry to call it so early. Look, we're at 3-hour mark. We're at 2 hours and 58 minutes. It ended up being longer than I expected, which I'm grateful for. I thought we would only get 2 hours in, so I was able to squeeze out an extra hour. I wanted to get closer to 4, but it is what it is. At least we were able to show up today. I appreciate everybody's patience. Now that we're getting into routine with giving the cat meds and all that stuff, it's going to be easier. Today was still a little bit of a transition. On top of that, like trying to fix the PC stuff this morning, which I sincerely appreciate Torin's help with that. We would not have been streaming today if Torin did not help us today. Literally, the PC was not turning on this morning because of some fuckery that I was trying to install stuff, but Torin was kind enough to give me a lot of his time, and he troubleshooted the entire thing, and we're here today because of him. So if anybody's the MVP for today, it's definitely him, because he is the reason we're here right now. But I have to end stream because, like I said, it's a short stream today. But I will see you guys Tuesday. Back to the quarry. We'll start sooner, and my goal is to have the camera and everything set up by then. I was just so rushed today I couldn't finish, but we have the memory in now. I'm going to try to set up the camera tomorrow, set up the light, set up all that really exciting stuff. The only thing we won't have yet is the mic arm, so the sound may be the same, but soon I hope to fix that as well, and then we should have a really cool, new, exciting, polished stream setup. I appreciate you guys being here today. I will see you guys soon. This goodbye is taking forever, so I feel like this is appropriate.
One eternity.
I love it so much. We're going to have so much fun with this stream deck. Have a nice night, boys. I will see you in 2 days. Be safe. Join the Discord. And if you're on YouTube, we're 1 follower away on Twitch. If you're watching, if you have a second Twitch account, if you haven't followed on Twitch, if you're anywhere else, if you see this on Twitter, if you see this on the newspaper, I don't care where you see this. If somehow this is playing at Times Square, if you can make a Twitch account and follow us, we're one individual person away. If one more person can follow us on Twitch, we can unlock an achievement that gives a whole bunch of people cool features. So it would mean a lot. So if you or your friend have an account and you're willing to do me a solid, follow me for 48 hours, and then you can unfollow, and it still counts. Have a nice night. I will see you guys soon. See you Tuesday for the Quarry horror stream.